guard pulling it down the field. He goes stiff arm to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, and down the sideline. The Marauders in the end zone. Touchdown. Turner breaks through the line and down the sideline. He goes to the end zone. Touchdown. Looking option, pitches left. Oh, it's fumbled but caught, and now hit is down for a loss of the yard. Here's a snap, a screen pass out of the backfield, coming to the left-hand side. Marauders all over him, and down for a loss. From the right side, looking for a block, getting outside across midfield to the 45, and off to the races he goes. Quarterback looks to throw, is up and picked up by the Marauders down the left sideline, headed to the end zone. Here's the snap and handoff, sweeps on left-hand side with blocker to midfield to the 40. To the right side, and they got a big hole once again to the 30-yard line. They turned and making a move. Snap, looking right, throw right, it's intercepted by the Marauders, and he's going to take it to the house. Hello everyone, welcome to Mingus Marauder Football here on KYBC AM 1600, along with Jackie Bessler. I'm Zach Calandra. We are on the road again. We're becoming the Road Warriors here. Out at Coconino High School in Flagstaff, coming off a big win last week, JB, down in Phoenix at Cortez High School, 47-10. The Mingus Marauders come away with a big victory on the road, and now sitting at 4-1 on the season. Things are looking pretty good for the Mingus Marauders as we roll through the schedule here. Mingus, after that first game against Lakeside Blue Ridge, has really been able to turn things on and has put together a pretty nice season. Oh, certainly so. 4 in a row, and Mingus did it in fine fashion last Friday night down at Cortez to meet the Colts 47-10, and holy cow, if Mingus would have played a good game, an excellent game, it could have been 110-10 or 0. But Mingus didn't really impress, especially in the second half against the Cortez Colts. However, working with a short field and pretty much scoring at defensive scores during the course of the game, able to walk away with that victory. And of course tonight, Cortez and Camp Verde go head-to-head. Somebody's got to win. Yeah, one of them's going to walk away with their first victory of the season. Although we did have a tie against Tempe a few years ago. Yes, that's true. We did. You never know. Well, hope not. Now, defensively in that game against Cortez, the Marauders didn't give up a touchdown. The touchdown was on a fumble recovery that was run back. And then even the field goal that Cortez kicked right at the buzzer of halftime was aided by 2 personal fouls that moved the ball 30 yards down the field. So it wasn't like Cortez marched down the field and kicked a field goal as time ran out. The Marauders kind of let them move down the field before they kicked the field goal to put their first points on the board against the Marauders. Well, they didn't really march, you're right. They more along walked behind the referee down the field. But nonetheless, it was a great field goal right at the end of the half and put Cortez up, and then they were the first one to score in the second half, and then Mingus turned around and took advantage and for the rest of the game. Now, Mingus gave up the ball 3 times on 3 fumbles against Cortez last week. The only saving grace with that, Mingus intercepted Cortez twice and picked up 2 fumble recoveries of their own, helping the turnover ratio to stay positive. Now, the Marauders will have their work cut out for them here tonight. This is a team that lines up and smashes the ball at you. This is kind of like the NFC North smash mouth football type of program the head coach George Mote is running here at Coconino, which is kind of weird because Coconino always used to kind of be a passing team. When Tad Reagan was here, they used to try to throw the ball a lot. George Mote's taken over, and now they're a running team. There was some astronomical disparity between their rushing and passing yards on the season. And Coach Young said these guys just line up and try to run it at you. I said, are they fast? He said, not really. They just line up and try to smash it at you. So it's going to be an interesting game to watch on that aspect because we know, as we've watched all season long, the Mingus Marauders are a very fast team. They can take chances defensively, and if they get beat, they're able to catch up and be able to make the plays down the field. But this isn't a team that they expect to have to try to chase down. This is a team that they have to expect to try to gang tackle and bring down these running backs at the line of scrimmage, running behind a very big line, one of the biggest lines that we've seen so far this year. Well, no doubt that is the strength, and maybe that's why they've turned their offense to the run. They've got a sophomore who will be the quarterback out there today for the Coconino squad. Now
going back to that, you were talking about the despairing difference in passing yards versus rushing yards. Only 148 passing yards this year for Coconino, the Panthers, but 1,209 rushing yards on the season. Mingus has got a little over 1,080 rushing yards, 611 passing yards, a little bit more of a balanced attack there. Takeaways are pretty close to the same. Mingus with 11, the Panthers with 8, but the scoring difference is really key. Mingus, 34 and almost 35 points a game. The Panthers, a little over 23 points per game. However, I'm absolutely sure, I don't know this, but I'm sure that the Panthers chew up more clock and have time of possession in their wins.
Well, yeah, a team that has 1,200 rushing yards to 148 passing yards, I believe it was. And it makes me wonder if maybe the reason for that being is that they do have a sophomore quarterback, and maybe he's just kind of getting his feet wet out here a little bit at the varsity level. But like we talked with the other radio station here that covers the Flagstaff area, Jackie, they said that's just George Moak football. That's what he likes to do. It doesn't matter if he has Joe Montana out there. They're going to run the ball. If he has Joe Montana out there, we might be in trouble.
Right, because, he's definitely not going to do the option.
Although he's old. He's old. He's older than us.
Well, hey, that's true.
Makes him old.
Way to go, Joe.
All right, fans, let's take a quick break. We are at Coconino High School in Flagstaff for the Mingus Marauders and the Coconino Panthers, former Grand Canyon region rivals, and a payback game for Mingus. This is one they want to get back from last year. We'll be back to Coconino Cromer Field after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Would you rather recycle like this or like this? Clean Recycling processes over 95% of the materials collected as opposed to under 20% with other processes. Just add a recycling container and your recycling materials end up recycled instead of in the landfill. Just one of the many reasons Taylor Waste has been voted #1 for the past 9 years in a row.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back at Coconino High School, Mingus Marauders and the Coconino Panthers ready to battle it out here on a Friday night. Homecoming for Coconino.
Really?
Remember last time that Mingus was the homecoming team for Flagstaff last year, and
Whoops.
54 to nothing,
Yes.
in a shutout, the first shutout of the Flagstaff Eagles for the Mingus Marauders last season. And I'm not sure they'll do that here tonight, but I think Mingus is going to come away with a big victory. Now, Jackie, we talked a little bit about the game last year and how this is a payback game. The Marauders have 5 games on their schedule this year that they want to get a little revenge on teams that beat them last year, and this is one of them here with Coconino. And the funny thing is, if you look at the stats only minus the turnovers, this was a very even game last last year, although the Marauders lost by 3 touchdowns.
Oh, no kidding. 47-26 was the final, but you are exactly right. It was even on stats. Mingus with 303 rushing yards. The Panthers 354. 91 yards passing for the Marauders. 90 yards passing for the Panthers. The problem, well, the sacks, 3-2. Mingus in the lead there. The problem, you mentioned the takeaways. 3 takeaways. The Panthers had 3 takeaways against the Marauders. Mingus had 0 in that game, made all the difference, but still, even despite all of that, Mingus was still in it, down 27-19 at halftime,
right.
And at the end of the third quarter, 33-19, and then just couldn't really catch up from that point.
Yeah, in the second half, they were outscored in the second half. They're 20-7, and I kind of remember that game being a game where the Marauders had a chance there in the second half, and even into the fourth quarter, I think it was a late touchdown or two that really kind of sealed that thing away. Now tonight, the Marauders are going to come out and try to turn the fortune, of course, and I think it would be good for Mingus to kind of get this Flagstaff Coconino team on their heels a little bit, get ahead of them, make them try to come from behind, because we talked about it on the way up here tonight that the Coconino team hasn't really played a stellar competition. They haven't played a lot of really good teams. Now, they played Paradise Valley to a game that they were winning until the last play, from what I understand, and Paradise Valley scored a touchdown and beat Coconino by 1. But other than that, these guys haven't played a very strong schedule, and I think if Mingus can come out and kind of get ahead of them and make them get back on their heels a little bit and get those butterflies going, are we going to lose? The Marauders might be able just to pull away like Coco did last year.
Well, very possibly. I mean, the Coconino Panthers started their season against Page, a 55-0 warm-up game, and then it was on to Paradise Valley.
How come that's not homecoming?
I don't know. Well, yeah, because it was at Page. That's why.
There you go.
We're bringing homecoming to your yard. Okay. Paradise Valley, by the way, Division 2 team, so a division up from Coconino, who is in Division 3, and also number 9 in Division 2. So Coconino played them to a 14-13 loss. Then they turn around and beat Kingman, who is also Division 2. They are 3-2 on the season. Lake Havasu, another victory, 13-0. And then Dysart last week, I was kind of surprised by this. Division 3 competition, Dysart is 1-4, and Coconino beats them 14-7. Now, interesting enough, they are 4-1 against teams with a combined record of 8-12. However, they are 2-1 in games that are decided by 7 points or less.
Well, that's good. I mean, that shows that you're able to hold on in the tight game and pick up the victories in the close ones.
Right. Well,
the Marauders haven't had close ones.
No. I mean, in that case, it's run the clock, running the ball.
No, not Bradshaw, except for Blue Ridge.
Right. Blue Ridge was definitely the closest game, and Mingus give him another 4 minutes on the clock, maybe 2, and I think they win that game.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple things in that game. We don't want to harp on that. I hope we see them again. 4 players that we have now that we didn't have during those first 2 games will make a big difference. The punt that the Marauders forced at the end of the game that went out of bounds around midfield, that the Marauders got to 30 because the referee couldn't figure out where it went out of bounds. And like you said, if there was another minute or 2, even just another minute or 2 on the clock there in that game, and instead of getting it back with a minute and a half, if they had maybe 3 minutes left before the end of the game, the Marauders could have opened up their offense a little bit. They didn't need to try to get big chunks all at once. So I really think that if the Marauders, I really think that Lakeside Blue Ridge is saying we don't want to see Mingus again in the playoffs, because this Marauder team is going to get better, as we said at that game, throughout the season, and they're getting players back that make a difference. It's not like you just get 4 guys back that are going to be backups. They got 4 starters back that is going to make a difference for the Mingus Marauders, and has since they've returned.
Unfortunately, we do have some starters out as well, and some players out for the Northern Arizona Rehabilitation and Fitness Injury Report. Broyles, apparently it has become official now. The ACL has been his downfall during the course of the season. We may not see him in the 2012 season. Navarez broke a bone in his wrist somewhere and will be out for 5 weeks. Could be back for playoffs. We'll look to see Cienega back there taking his defensive back position, see if that's going to happen. Watkins, by the way, goes out at the end of last game against Cortez. Apparently a concussion, so that one is week by week. And, of course...
apparently it's getting worse, from what I heard from the trainers down there, because people keep slamming his head on car doors and stuff.
Oh, well, that's not...
He's got a concussion.
Right.
Wear a helmet.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, send him with that big old foam ring around his head. No kidding. By the way, Northern Arizona Rehabilitation and Fitness in Cottonwood, if you've got a little hitch in your giddy-up and can't figure out what it is, you can certainly go down and check with them. Free consultation even before you actually get your doctor's appointment, and they can give you a good idea of what's going on. They can use their years and years worth of physical therapy experience to give you an idea as to whether or not, hey, you know what, this could be serious, hey, this probably isn't, and if it is serious, maybe they can help you get your doctor's appointment sooner.
And Taryn Wallace is a really cool guy.
He
no
is.
doubt about it.
No.
Not former Marauder, at least one that I know of. Paul Vaca works there also, so you can go down and talk some Marauder football with those guys. They'd love to talk football with you.
Awesome.
While you're working out in that pool.
That's an awesome pool.
All right, man. We're supposed to say jinx or something there? All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll get an word from our sponsors. We'll be back to Coconino High School for Homecoming 2012, our second homecoming game this year. We'll return after this.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Back at Flagstaff Coconino High School, Mingus Marauders and the Coconino Panthers getting ready to battle it out here at Coconino High School. And Jackie, we have some stuff we want to talk to some people about. Of course, a player that played at Mingus a couple of years ago is now battling through leukemia. A local kid and somebody that we want to just make a mention of so the people in our area know what's going on.
Yeah, Dakota Nash played as a freshman with Mingus Marauder football and talked to Coach Bob Young. He said, he'd be playing with us here today. He would be on this squad as a senior. This would be his senior year. However, apparently, I'm guessing his sophomore year was diagnosed with leukemia.
It's terrible.
It is, and I believe that next week there will probably be fundraisers when we return home against Payson next week.
Good.
But Mingus has decided that they will dedicate their game against Payson 4-2 Dakota Nash coming up next week.
All right, and also we want to send a shout-out to trainer Michael Boyson, who is not with the Marauders here tonight, as his daughter Kalina, who is a senior at Mingus, has an illness, and she's down in Phoenix at the Children's Hospital down there, and we don't know what's going on, but we certainly hope the best for Kalina and the Boyson family.
Oh, my goodness, yeah, absolutely. That's got to be just absolutely terrifying when something happens to your child. That's just... No, those are the things that nightmares are made out of. So let's move on to something better.
Let's get to something happier.
All right. Also, next week is going to be youth football and cheer night at Mingus Union High School. Now, By the way, the cheerleading squad next Monday, if you're watching this on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, it's happening now, okay? But Monday through Thursday, they are going to do a cheer camp. It's $30. You get the t-shirt, and at halftime, you get to do a dance routine with the Mingus Marauder cheer squad. Then the cheer squads from the Marauders and Lobos, the Mighty Might divisions, as well as the Colts, Bears, and Cardinals, will have an opportunity as well to be on the track with the cheer squad for third and fourth quarter, and the teams first through fourth quarter will have an opportunity to be sidelined with the Mingus Marauders.
I've got a little one out there cheerleading, JB.
Yes.
5-year-old Hope.
Yes.
I taught her first cheer.
You did?
Yeah.
What was it? You taught her first cheer?
I absolutely did.
What's her first cheer?
Rah, rah, rah. Shish, boom, ba. Daddy's great. Daddy's great. Rah, rah, rah.
And you said you didn't like politics.
I got that one from Bugs Bunny, man. Okay. I got to reveal my sources there.
What, was it copyrighted?
I hope not.
All right.
Especially right now, I hope not. All right, fans. Well, the Coconino Panthers just ran out on the field as we came back, so we're getting close to game time here. Panthers in their home black uniforms with the red and white trim. Marauders in their whites, the road whites tonight with the red and gray trim, and this is going to be an interesting game. Coconino has gotten a lot better than they were a few years ago, and here come the Marauders as we speak. As they've moved on to a new coach. Coach Mode has brought in his system, and this team is a running smash mouth kind of football team, and this is going to be an interesting matchup tonight for these Mingus Marauders.
Well, you made mention on the way up that the Marauders and Panthers in the freshman squad tied 14-14.
Yeah,
and
so fun.
Well, more importantly than that was the numbers, a guesstimate of something like 60 freshman players.
Yeah, well, and that's because of the Sonawa school closing down. Sonawa is not far from here. It's mile or two away from Coconino High School, the former Sonawa High School. So they've really gotten the bulk of the Sonawa kids here to Coconino, and apparently they've done a good job of recruiting the kids coming in as freshmen, and they got a bunch of numbers out. Something else, while I'm still thinking about it, I want to mention, Jackie, we want to send out a congratulations to CMS.
Yes.
CMS, undefeated, 9-0 this year. Wednesday night won the Quad Cities Championship, and they won 42-0 over Granite Mountain from over in the Prescott Valley area. And on the season, listen to this, fans. On the season, CMS outscores their opponents 415-20.
Wow. See, those are the kind of stats I enjoy.
Yeah,
I like those stats.
Trey Meyer, quarterback, free safety, kicker. In 8th grade, kicked a 43-yard field goal. Most likely he's going to be the kicker next year for the Mingus Marauders. Another kid you want to keep your eye on is Trevor Galloway. He's already about 6'3" or so, a big, strong, physical kid, plays linebacker, and he's a couple of kids that I think we might see next year suiting up for the Mingus Marauders as freshmen, as we've seen Zach Simmons this year. Right. Zach Simmons a freshman, and that's something that Coach Joe Wellborn told me last year, that Zach Simmons is a football player. He's going to get some time with the varsity next year, and he's right. And Joe was telling me again today that he thinks that some of these other kids that he's got this year are going to have a shot to come up and contribute next year to the Marauder varsity squad.
Yeah, I heard that Galloway would have to shave his beard off before he got to Mingus, though.
Well, I'm sure he already does. Wayne's son, Wayne Galloway. A lot of people know Wayne. And we're going to take another break here as the color guard comes out on the field. And let's take a quick break. We'll be back to Coconino High School. Get ready for the kickoff coming up after this.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day.
Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell, live Moss.
Back at Coconino High School, captains getting ready to come out on the field for tonight's ball game between the Marauders and the Coconino Panthers. You look at the matchups here tonight between these two teams, Jackie, and the Mingus Marauders have done a pretty good job so far this season at 4-1. Panthers also at 4-1.
Well, yeah, the real difference is in the points scored. Mingus with 174 and the Coconino Panthers with 116. Points allowed per game, or actually on the season, I'm sorry. Coconino's only given up 35 points on the season. Mingus has only given up 46.
Yeah, that's 7 points a game given up by the Panthers.
Yeah, that is very impressive. I mean, they started with a shutout and against Page and then have kept it real low from that point forward. Hey, let's take a look at some of the power rankings as the captains come out on the field. Oh, Gregson's out there, our player of the game last week. Carter and looks like Simmons and Rios will be the captains for the Mingus Marauders. Let's take a look at the AIA power rankings for Division 4. Blue Ridge still sitting on top, undefeated 6-0. Sholo number 2. Monument Valley hanging in at number 5, and took a look at their schedule, and they don't get off the reservation pretty much except for Winslow. I think Winslow is their toughest game left on their season.
That ain't too far off.
No, it isn't. Seton Catholic has moved up to number 4, both of them. Seton and Mingus won, but Mingus dropped and switched spaces with Seton last week in the power rankings. Coolidge 6, Empire 7, Winslow 8, Australia Foothills 9, and Snowflake rounds up the top 10 at 3 and 2.
The Marauders fell back into a negative on their schedule strength last week after that game against Cortez.
Well, interesting you say that. I looked at the schedule for the Mingus Marauders all the way through the schedule. Mingus is dead even at 500, 25 and 25, 5 games into the season. So, you know, you've got half wins, half losses during the season, and yet, who knows? I mean, it's going to be interesting to find out exactly how they're going to figure that one out and score it.
Now, the Mingus Marauders win the opening coin toss, and they'll defer. And now the referee's talking things over with quarterback Luke Simmons out there on the field, trying to figure out which way we're going to go here with the ball. And Mingus Marauders, I think, are going to defend the north end zone. That's what it looks like. And Coconino will receive to start the ball game. So far, so good for Mingus. That plays right into the Marauders' game plan. They want to kick that ball off, get their defense out there, set the tone defensively, and then hopefully get the ball back with good field position and try to get up on these Panthers. Something we mentioned earlier, this is a team that only gives up 7 points a game. If you can get 7 right off the bat, you can get these guys on their heels a little bit, have them playing from behind, and I think that'd be a great way for the Marauders to start this thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure they've really played from behind all season long. So that'll be interesting. Hey, Blue Ridge, by the way, number 1, plays St. John's here tonight, Division 5 with a 3-2 record.
That's a good football team at St. John's. I mean, they're not on the caliber of Blue Ridge, I wouldn't think, but that's perennially a good football team up there.
They're a Division 5 playoff team all the time. Let's see, Bradshaw is at Deer Valley. Deer Valley 1-4, so Bradshaw
looking a good team.
Trying to pick up a win here tonight. Chino Valley will match up with Mojave. That should be a good battle between those two squads.
All right.
Flagstaff will play Division 2 Kingman, who is 3-2 on the season. That is after Flagstaff won 69-0 last week against Tuba City.
Here we go.
Yep, Cortez and Camp Verde fighting it out to see who has a win on the season in week number 6 after Camp Verde lost last week to Red Rock, to Sedona.
Right, who plays tonight?
Who plays
our
tonight?
another opponent.
Against Payson. And Payson lost last week. Payson lost last week to Sholo, 47-6. That one decided big time. A Division I opponent comes up next for Prescott, who is 4-1 on the season, doing well. And they'll play Division I opponent O'Connor. Snowflake will play number 8 Winslow. That should be another good battle.
one to keep our eye on there, Jackie. We want to see if we can get some scores on that game. All right, the Marauders ready to kick this thing off to get it going. JJ Jair Jacobo kicks it off. It's deep and it's received at the 5-yard line. Coming down the left-hand side with the ball. Now Stutter step in the middle of the lane and out to the outside. Down the Marauder sideline he goes. Cuts it back to the middle of the field. Finally caught out around the 45-yard line. Nice return by the Panthers. And trying to see who it is. They came up with the return that time. And I think it was number 10. Travis Walters, the kick returner, 5'11", 170-pound player, and he had a nice return down that Marauder sideline all the way out near midfield to the Coconino 45, which is where the Panthers will take over. Quarterback number 18, Damian Anderson, 6'1", 205-pound sophomore in the backfield. He's got 25, Nate McCulvin. The fullback, 5'11", 180, and the running back is 22, Christian Dalton. One receiver on the right-hand side. Here's a snap. Coming right up the middle. Marauder defense all over, and it's a big scrum for about a yard, maybe 2 by the time they mark it. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. It looks like they're going to give them a yard on the play. Now they're going to run behind their big center. This kid has got some size. Number 69. That's a great number for a center, huh, JB? Jared Krall, 6'6", 275, and he's not a real big kid. I mean, he's big, but he's not a heavy-set kid. This is a big, strong kid out there.
Well, you made mention that he may work better as a tackle, but maybe he's the one that can snap the ball.
2 backs in the backfield, a wing on the right side. Quarterback set under center, takes a snap, and they're going to try to run it up the middle again, and not so fast that time. The Marauder defense is just clogging up the line. Mingus has got some big bodies out there on that defensive line, and so far, the Mingus defense has been up for the run up the middle as they're able to just fall to the ground and clog things up, and there's nowhere to run in there. It looks like Alec Eppinger that time may have gotten in there and made the stop.
Well, interesting enough, it's going to be a high-powered run, or really just a smash-mouth football run offense from Coconino. However, Mingus's defense against the run has been rather stellar this year.
3rd and about 7 just underway. Panthers with the football. Marauders with 8 guys in the box. And here's a snap. They're going to try to run right side this time. And Mingus all over it. And they'll stop them on 3rd down for short gain of about a yard or 2 out to midfield. They're going to move it across midfield to the Marauder 49, where it will be 4th down and 4 now. And the Panthers will look to punt it away. Nice job by the Marauder defense. Gave up a good return, but then didn't give up much after that. The punter, number 60, Calvin Hammock, who is also one of the guards on the team, is going to look to punt it away. Andrew Garcia awaiting the punt back around the Marauder 10-yard line. And awaiting the snap is Hammock. There's a snap, good snap, and it's blocked! The Marauders block it! Zach Pelletier in the block, and it's picked up by Kitchen and running down the left sideline. Kitchen will be knocked out of bounds at around the 7-yard line. First in goal, Mingus the block punt, and Kitchen picks it up and sprints down the sideline. They're going to officially mark him out at the 10. First down in goal, Mingus. Wow, what a play. Zach Pelletier gets in there with the block, and the Marauders set up first in goal for their opening drive.
That was phenomenal. Pelletier coming off the right wing, and nobody put a hand on him. Flew through, and a great job by Kitchen. What a candy hop did he pick that ball up in full stride and able to bring it deep into the red zone.
First down and 10, Mingus as they come out for their first possession. Luke Simmons, the quarterback, 6'1", 180 pounds. Will have Tyler Herndon and Dakota Hanks in the backfield. From the gun, man in motion now is Rios, and handoff up the middle, and not much room to run that time. Dakota Hanks bottled up. He may have, looks like he lost about half a yard. They're marking back closer to the 11. They'll bring up 2nd down and goal from the 11-yard line.
Number 69, Jared Krall.
Marauder starting offensive line.
2nd and goal at the
54, Mario Rublacaba, along with 78, Aaron Volk, 51, Norberto Mesa, number 63, Brandon Gregson, and 55, Jordan Wellborn. Simmons in the gun. In motion is Herndon from left to right. Rolling right, looking right. Simmons a throw to the end zone and nearly picked off that time by number 24. Looked like he intended to get it to Rios. And now the Marauders are looking at third and goal from out around the 11-yard line.
Well, the coaches were telling Simmons when he was over to that side, I think, that he had Herndon wide open, absolutely wide open, just in the flat out there. So he had the man to the side if he wanted him for the outlet.
Yeah, I think that was the better option that time. But he wasn't able to get it to him, and now it's third down and goal for the Marauders. Not sure it's not four-down territory at this point. Setting the gun, one man on his right-hand side. It appears to be Hanks. Rolling, looking to throw, up into the corner it goes, into the corner for Brewer, and just threw it out of bounds. Didn't even have a chance on that one. Simmons got drilled and he's hurt. Now he's getting up, he's holding his left hip, his left side, and it looks like he's going to be all right. He's kind of trying to shake it off, and now the Marauders look to go for points. Simmons running off to the side. Looks like the Marauders are going to set up for the field goal attempt, bringing in Gilbert Cadera to attempt the field goal. And where are they going to spot it? It looks like around the 19-yard line, so it'll be a 29-yard field goal attempt. The Marauders had it first and goal at the 10. 3 plays later, Cadera trying to put some points on the board. There's a snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Cadera knocks it through, and the Marauders on top. 3-0, 8:54 left to go here in the opening quarter of play, and we'll be back with a Marauder kickoff coming up after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Back at Coconino High School, the Marauders are on the board first, 3-0 here after a blocked punt by Zach Pelletier, picked up and run down to the 10-yard line by Brennan Kitchen. And 3 plays later, Marauders kick a field goal. Here's the kickoff by Jacobo, and it's going to bounce all the way into the end zone. So much better field position for the Marauders defensively. Here's the touchback, will spot the ball at the 20-yard line. First down and 10 for the Coconino Panthers as they head back with the offense for the second time.
Well, this is much better. Start them deep in their own territory, especially if they're going to try to grind it out. Doesn't look like this team particularly has a whole bunch of breakaways, but one thing that we have to be aware of is this Dalton kid, younger brother of Luke Dalton.
Yeah, we remember that kid.
Oh, my gosh. He put up 208 yards against the Marauders last year.
2 receivers on the right, 2 backs in the backfield. Quarterback set under center. Down are the linemen, and awaiting the snap is the quarterback quarterback Anderson. Rolling right, throwing right, and it's tipped away by Kitchen. Looked like if he had another half a step, he might have been running that one down the left sideline. So this is a team that doesn't throw very much, and they tried it that time, and Kitchen was there to make the play for the Marauder defense. Second down and 10.
148 passing yards on the season. That's all Coconino has. In fact, they didn't even attempt a pass, not one, against Page in the first game.
Well, they may have just been trying to show the Marauders something different, to try to get them from stacking the box like they did on that first possession. Mingus isn't buying it. Hey, try throwing it again. Second down and 10. Here's a snap. They're going to try to run right in the backfield. Slam to the ground for a loss. Who gets through? It looks like it's Longfellow that gets in there to make. Oh, wait, it might be Pierce. Turn around. Let's see your number, young man. No, it's 63. It's Gregson that makes the tackle in the backfield for a loss of 2, bringing up third down and 12. And so far, the Marauders have done more than stuff the run. Here's a replay for our fans watching at home. Gregson breaks through and just rolls them to the ground, grabs them high and rolls them over. And the Marauders defense has them pinned deep once again. Third down and long. Let's see if the Panthers look to throw. 2 receivers on the left, 2 backs in the backfield. And a quarterback set under center. Drops back, 3 steps, looking left, throwing left down the field, and it's intercepted by the Marauders. Coming out of the backfield down the right sideline he goes, inside the 20 and out at about the 5-yard line. It was Jeremy Senegal with the INT, and again the Marauders set up with great field position. They're going to have it out at the, where's he going to mark it? At the 9-yard line. First down and goal, Mingus. Flag on the play, however, out around the 22-yard line. So let's see what that's all about, if that's going to come back a little bit. If not, then the Marauders will have, oh, now they're moving the flag out to the 25. Now there's 2 of them out at the 25-yard line. It would be the second time the Marauders started a drive in a goal situation.
Well,
interesting. But they're bringing the ball back.
Well, we had talked about how the Mingus Marauders gave up the game last year to 3 takeaways.
Yeah. Facing
2 takeaways to the positive so far this game.
Well, one's a blocked punt.
Oh, that still works.
Well, yeah, it works when you pick it up and run it down to their 10.
Yeah. But this is definitely a takeaway.
And the penalty flag is marked off from the 25-yard line, so the Marauders will start 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. A little more room to work with here as they head to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback Simmons back in the game. Looks like he's shaking off any injury that he suffered on that last tackle. One back in the backfield with him. They're going to hand it to Herndon going right. Herndon's got a hole. Herndon cuts it back to the middle. He's down to the 30-yard line. And Simmons is on the ground again. What's he think he is? Michael Vick. And it's going to be close to a first down. I'm not sure they're going to move the sticks. It looks like they're not. It's going to be 2nd down and about half a yard or so. Good run by Herndon on first.
Luke Ross, the senior, 6'2", 180 pounds, apparently has Luke Simmons' duty tonight. And anytime Simmons shows any kind of fake, he's going to take him to the ground.
2nd down and 1 now. Hanks in the backfield for the Marauders, and it's going to be Simmons with the carry, and I'm not sure he's going to have it. Looks like they're going to mark him right back to the line of scrimmage, bringing up 3rd down and less than a yard for the Marauders. They need to get right to the 30-yard line, and they're just shy of it from here. This is not field goal range.
Yeah, Mingus.
It is 4-down territory, I would believe.
Possibly.
From the 30.
Well, Mingus, especially the way their defense has been playing, 2 3-and-out stops.
Which just opens up the playbook here on 3rd down. Hanks in the backfield, and they're going to give it to Herndon again. Herndon is going to fight off the tackler and then bring the hit to the defense as he has a first down inside the 30 to about the 28 or 7-yard line, depending on the spot, and it will be a first down for the Marauders. And Simmons again is hit on the play. The Marauders need to do a better job of keeping the quarterback on his feet.
Well, this time the referee from the far side went over and talked to the Coconino player who is Luke Ross and told him, hey, you know what? When he lets go of the ball and he obviously doesn't have it, you can't take him to the ground.
2 receivers on the left going in motion and pitch to the left-hand side. They're getting it to Herndon. Herndon skips over a defender, still on his feet inside the 25 and down around the 23-yard line. Another good carry that time by Tyler Herndon. He came in motion from right to left. They pitched it to him after he got behind the quarterback on the left-hand side. It looks like he picked up about 4 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 7 from the 24-yard line here for the Marauders.
Tyler Herndon has 2 of the Mingus Marauders. 2 of the Mingus Marauders' 3 of 3 100-yard games. That's what I'm trying to say.
2 receivers on the right, 2 receivers on the left, 1 back in the backfield right behind the quarterback, and Simmons is going to keep it to the right side. Simmons out in the open, and now he's going to lower his head and just run right at the defense. He's got a first down around the 16-yard line, so it'll be first down and 10. Mingus at the 16, and so far the Marauders on this drive at least have been able to establish the running attack, and that's good to see.
Absolutely. If we can start balancing that with the passing attack, it is going to be dangerous. Did you see the size of that hole that Simmons had to run through? Boy, it was not a hard choice to keep it.
Well, they spread them out with the 2 receivers on either side. They spread that defense out a little bit, and that helped open up some lanes in the middle. And now they'll hand off to Herndon again. He's hit and spun around, and nowhere to run. Herndon's going to lose a yard back to the 20-yard line. He's going to lose 3 yards back to the 20-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down and, wow, looks like close to 14 actually.
Wow. And come to think of it, Simmons gets hit again on that play.
Yeah, he's not going to like that.
Now, Simmons is going to definitely feel this game, no matter what.
And the Marauders split 1 right, 1 left. Now 2 on the left-hand side, and in a wing position on the left side is Herndon. He won't go in motion. Looking to throw. Simmons throws, has a wide open man. It's Herndon. Herndon down the right side and around the 11 or 12 yard line. He's spun around and then hit, and it won't be a first down. They need to get to the 8. So it's going to be third down and about 3 here for the Marauders. And I'm not sure, again, if this is not 4-down territory for Mingus. They got a field goal, and Coach Young doesn't like field goals. He wants to score touchdowns, and I think Mingus is going to look to do that here. Now they have a lead, so it's not as important just to get some points on the board. You want to get at 7.
Well, I agree with that. I don't see why Mingus wouldn't since they're moving the ball.
From the near hash mark, Simmons takes a snap. Looking to throw again across the middle. Touchdown! Coming from the right side. I think it's Brewer with the catch. And the Marauders on the board again twice here in the opening quarter of play. Mingus now leading 9-0. Our fans at home, you can see it here on our replay as Brewer just cuts right in front of the defensive back. Good grab in the end zone. Simmons hits him right in stride, and the Marauders lead 9-0. Extra point attempt coming for Cadera. Kick is up. The kick looks good, and the kick is good. The Marauders lead 10-0 with 4:18 left to go, and they've got the Panthers on their heels here early. The Marauders have already scored more points on average than Coconino gives up per game. 4:18 left to go, opening quarter. We'll be back with the Marauder kickoff coming up after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Jacobo's kickoff after the Brewer touchdown reception is taken at the 1-yard line. Coming down the left-hand side of the field in front of the Marauder bench again. Mingus will catch him and knock him out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Looked like it was returned by the little guy. Oh, no, it wasn't the little guy, Palmer. It was actually Travis Walters, who's not much bigger, but 5'11", 170 pounds. And they will mark him out of bounds right at the 25. First down and 10 Panthers. They've had the ball twice so far, Jackie, and they don't have much to show for it. The Marauders, on the other hand, have had the ball twice, and they've got 2 scores and 10 points.
Well, interesting enough, looking at some of the defensive stats here for Coconino against Prescott Valley, they only gave up 75 rushing yards, but coughed up 348 passing yards in that loss.
Well, there you go. The Marauders trying to exploit that themselves here tonight. Set under center, Damian Anderson, the sophomore, takes a snap and a quick handoff left side and nothing doing. They may have lost a yard. They did. Wow, this Marauder defense is hitting out there. They know this is what the Panthers want to do, is run it and run it up the middle. That's what Coach Young said. I said, these guys have a lot of speed. He said, no. They line up and smash it at you right up the middle. And that time they got smashed for a 2-yard loss. It's all the way back to the 23, bringing up second down and 12 now.
Well, Mingus doing a great job. Everybody just holding their gaps on that defensive line. Charles, Eppinger, Carter, just phenomenal on that defensive line here today. It's taken 2 Coconino Panthers to try to handle one, and as soon as you pull off a one, boom, they're making room for a linebacker.
Right, yeah. If you can handle those 3 guys up front, you got other guys like Longfellow coming in and smashing you. Second down and 12. Now here's the snap. Dropping back, looking to throw to the left side, and it's well overthrown. And this must be why they don't throw the ball. They were attempted for 26 that time. And we'll have to get to that number for you. That's Austin Hare, and junior, 5'10", 165. And the pass was well out of his range. And now the Panthers are setting 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 12. And you think that they might be looking to throw it again here. The Marauders just pin your ears back and go and get that kid.
Well, they've got 2 rushing yards on 5 carries. So, yeah, you're going to have to throw the ball.
1 receiver on the right side. Tight end works on the left-hand side, and the quarterback in trouble now. He's looking to throw. Pelletier's got him for a sack. Back around the 12 or 13-yard line, and it's going to bring up 4th down and forever here. Looks like they're marking right about the 14-yard line, and Pelletier, man, coming up with another big play. He already has a blocked punt in the game. Here, our fans at home can see it again. Pelletier doesn't buy the fake, hits him, wraps him up, and brings him down. And now the other kid that you see out there trying to block for him, number 60, had his punt blocked last time, and Hammock will stand at his 2-yard line to attempt the punt again here. There's a snap, good snap, and he gets a punt off, but it's a shank to the right side, and will bounce once and out of bounds. Mingus with great field position again to start a drive at the Coconino 42-yard line. The Mingus Marauders have started their first drive at the 10, their second drive at the 40, this one at the 42. So they keep going a little further back, but man, what great starting field position for the Marauders. And so far they've been able to capitalize with scores on their first two possessions and a 10-0 lead here with 2:39 left in the opening quarter.
Well, Coach Dixon obviously calling some blitzes early. Pelletier came through, and his man absolutely just flat out missed his block. Pelletier got to the spot where the quarterback was supposed to be before he did.
Norbert Mesa, the center, over the ball. One back in the backfield, it's Hanks. Two receivers on the right-hand side and a bunch, and handoff up the middle of Hanks, and he's got a hole, runs through two defenders, and a gain of about 6 or 7 yards down to about the 36-yard line. That's a nice run by Dakota Hanks right up the middle. Now, Hanks isn't a real big guy, 5'10", 150. However, we have seen once he splits through that defense, it's hard to catch him.
Well, we saw the defense for the Panthers just run right by him to the left and right like they were jet fighters just taking him down the middle.
Second down and 5 officially. Here's the snap, and Mingus will hand off to Herndon, skips over a defender, still on his feet, and now we've got a flag for the Coconino Panthers. It's going to be roughing the passer. They continue to hit Simmons every time, no matter what, and Simmons that time bounces up, looks at the yellow, and says, hey, we're going to get 7 on you now. That time it's on number 9, Luke Ross, and that's the guy you said earlier. So this kid's been dirty here so far in this opening quarter of play. He's hitting Simmons every time and late, and he was even warned last possession by the official. This time he's going to cost his team 15 yards.
Well, you know, I think that's the most important thing. I think if you're put on quarterback duty, if they fake, and they fake like they still have the ball, I think it's okay that you can go in and tackle them. You know, I mean, I really do. However, once you've been warned.
If I were Luke Simmons, I'd walk up number 55, Jordan Wellborn, and say, hey, see number 9?
Right.
Let's not have him hit me anymore.
Right.
We'll go back 15 yards. Let's keep that kid off of me. And that's the side he's coming from. He's coming from that right defensive end position. Herndon lined up on that side, and they'll throw it over the middle. Rios, and they're going to say fumble. And Coco's got it. Whoa. I'm not sure that was ever a catch.
That did not look like a catch.
We'll have a chance to look at it again here, but I'm not sure that was a catch. They're going to say a catch and a fumble inside the 10 at the 9. Here's our replay, and it's hard to tell.
No,
I'm not sure he ever had it.
I don't know. He got 1 foot down. He never even got a second foot down after the pass got to him.
No. Doesn't look like a completion.
No.
It was never a completion. Well, the Marauder defense back out on the field. Their third drive, is stopped up by a turnover, which is a little auspicious. First down and 10, Panthers at their 9, and looking to throw over the middle. It's popped up in the air and nearly intercepted. Two Marauders, Garcia and Kitchen, both had a shot at it. Threw it right off the shoulder pads of the intended receiver, and we just may be delaying the inevitable here, giving the Panthers the ball for a few minutes. Second down and 10 now from their own 9.
Well, they don't typically throw more than 3 or 4 times during the course of a game. They've already thrown 3 times here in the first quarter.
And they were looking to throw again that last possession when he was sacked on the last play.
Right.
Second down and 10 now. Panthers in a huddle. We've got 1:43 left to go in the opening quarter. 10-0. The Marauders on top. Mingus looking to extend their 4-game winning streak here on the road. 2 receivers on the left-hand side. 2 backs in the backfield. Man in motion now. And they're going to pitch, trying to run left. Hitting the backfield. And breaking free, but not for long. And a loss on the play. They'll lose a yard, maybe 2. Bringing up third down and about 12 now for the Panthers. I'll tell you what, this Panther offense is stagnant. They're not moving the ball at all.
Well, they're not quite used to this, but then again, I've not seen any of their games. They could be one of those very slow-starting teams that just wear you out, but so far it's been their defense that's been on the field for most of the game.
Third down, and it looks like they're going to call it 11. 66 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter of play. 2 receivers on the right-hand side. Quarterback takes the snap, drops back, looking to throw, still looking to throw. Under pressure now, flushed out of the pocket. In the end zone, he'll throw it down the sideline and onto his bench, and incomplete, and it'll be 4th down. Well, the Marauders haven't given up a first down here so far defensively. Done a nice job, chased him out of the backfield that time, and he just threw it away to avoid being sacked for a safety in the end zone. And with 52 seconds left to go, you have to think Pelletier's thinking, hey, a block here would be real nice in the end zone.
Well, I got to imagine they're going to put somebody on Pelletier's side this time after he's already blocked one in this game. Pelletier has already got a sack and a block in the first quarter.
Hammock to punt it away. He's standing about midway into the end zone. Garcia waiting the punt at about the 47-yard line. Waiting the snap is Hammock. Still waiting the snap. There it is. And Hammock will get off a punt down the middle, and it will take a Panther bounce, and the Marauders will start on their own side of the field for the first time tonight. Great field position at their own 47-yard line, and we've got 43 seconds left here in this opening quarter of play. It's 10-0. The Marauders lead. They've got the ball 1st and 10 from their own 47 on their own side of the field for the first time tonight, Jackie. The first time the ball has been on this side of the field.
Well, yes, until we switch sides. I don't think they've got much of a kicking game during the course of this year. I was going to look and see how they do on some of their kicks. I think they're averaging on their punts 31 yards a punt, which is, a little less than high school average.
That one was a little better.
Right. That might have been one of their best punts of the year.
Yeah, it looked like a go when it came off his foot. Hanks in the backfield on the left-hand side. In motion now is Herndon. Here's a snap. And fumbled. Simmons picks it up. And he's going to lose a couple of yards. Looks like he's going to lose 3 yards back to the 44-yard line, which will make it 2nd down and 13 here for the Marauders. Well, a fumbled snap that time. The last time they had it, questionable fumble on a reception that didn't look like he really had it. And the Marauders need to start holding on to that pigskin here, JB. Can't rest on a 10-point lead.
Now, here in the first quarter, Mingus, even though they got 10 points, only has 41 yards of offense.
Oh, yeah, they haven't had much room to work with.
Well, I know, but
you got some room here. 2nd down and 13. Awaiting the snap is Simmons. Drops back, looks to throw over the right side. He's got Brewer. That catch is made across midfield to the 47-yard line. Maybe the 48 looks like is where they're going to mark them. And it'll be 3rd down. But a good gain of about 8 or 9 yards, and it will bring up 3rd down and let's say 6 here for Mingus.
Well, more importantly, Simmons 3 for 3. He started the game 0 for 2 in completions. Now he's 3 for his last 3.
That's the end of the opening quarter of play. 10-0. The Marauders on top. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for Mingus after they talk things over with head coach Bob Young. We'll be back to Coconino High School after this.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Arizona. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you will be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Arizona Interscholastic Association and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Coconino High School, Marauders have it 3rd down and 6. And a false start on Eric Pierce will back him up 5 more. And we have confirmation from our man in the booth there, Nick Yatsenko, that was definitely not a catch by the Marauders. It was Rios that he fumbled down on that side of the field. Looking at it over on the replay in the booth, he said he never really had possession.
No, and I agree with that. He never had the opportunity to get 2 feet down.
3rd down and 11 now for Mingus. They're back on their own side of the field, back at their own 46-yard line. In the shotgun, taking the snap is Simmons, dropping 3 steps, looking to go up top on the left-hand side, and in! It's going to be incomplete. It was in the hand, not hands, but hand of Alex Brewer, which would have been good enough for a 1st down, but it falls incomplete. Brewer made a nice diving effort for it. But the Marauders will turn the ball over here on a punt for the first time tonight. The Marauders have been stopped by this Coconino Panther defense.
Well, so far the most threatening piece to the Coconino Panther team has been their return team.
Simmons to punt it away from Mingus, and he'll get off a high punt that will bounce it around the 18, and it's picked up at about the 8. And trying to get to the right side, the Marauders all over him. No, and he's going to break through the Marauders and down the right sideline. Wow. Number 2, Torrin Palmer, the little guy, 5'7", 130 pounds. Looked like he was going to get knocked down inside the 20. Instead, broke between 2 Marauder defenders and down the sideline out to around the 28-yard line, which is where the Panthers will start their drive.
Speed is a weapon, is it not?
Well, yeah, when you're 5'7", 130, you better have speed.
Oh, you have to have speed. You are running for your life.
Otherwise, you become a chicken wing. First down and 10 for the Panthers. Now, they have been throwing the ball. Quarterback Anderson set under center. He's got 2 backs behind him, 1 receiver on the left-hand side, and another at the wing position on the right. Marauders with 5 guys on the line, 3 more right behind him, and a handoff up the middle, and a good game that time. Best run of the night so far for Coconino out across the 35-yard line. And trying to see who it was. Looks like it was number 25, Nate McCaulslin, the fullback, 5'11", 180-pounder.
Oh, you're absolutely right. In fact, that put more yardage altogether. In fact, the end of the first quarter, Coconino from the line of scrimmage only mustered 1 offensive yard.
Second down and 3 now for the Panthers as they head back to the line of scrimmage. 1 receiver on the left, 1 back in the backfield now. They've got a tight end working the left-hand side. Quarterback looks to his right, set under center, and now we got a man in motion. They're going to hand it to him, trying to come to the left-hand side. Mingus has him for a short gain. I don't think he's got a first down, depending on which guy gets the mark on the ball. The guy on our side has him short by about a yard. The guy on the far side of the field has got him for a first down, and that ball carried that time by 33, Steven Sorden, and he is going to be short by about a yard. So here's a chance for the Marauder defense to stand up on that line and get one of those plays in the backfield and make them have to punt it away. Third down and less than a yard.
Sorden only has like 11 carries on the season, so they're trying to throw something different at the Marauders maybe they haven't seen.
2 receivers, 1 on either side, and here's the snap, and it looks like the quarterback's going to keep it himself. They'll have a first down, not by much, but he didn't need much. Out to the 39-yard line, and that's the first down of the game here for the Coconino Panthers. We're in the second quarter, 10-17 on the clock. They'll start running it once again as the sticks get set. 10-0, the Marauders lead. All 10 points scored in the opening quarter of play. And here come the Panthers back to the line of scrimmage. Sophomore quarterback Damian Anderson set under center, looking things over on the defense. Here's the snap and a handoff up the middle, hit at the line, and then chugging forward for a couple of extra yards. Again is McCausland, and McCausland will have about 2, maybe 3 yards, and the Panthers will head back into their huddle. Well, a running team and they huddle, Jackie. It's not a great way to get a lot of points on the board. You start running the clock when you're down. I mean, we're still in the second quarter of play. There's a lot of football left to be played, but seemingly this team has not been behind much this season. And if you're a running team and you start getting behind, it's hard to catch up. You run the clock all the time.
But it keeps your offensive line fresh.
Second down and 7. And man in motion, and they're going to hand it to him. Coming on a sweep, we've got flags hitting the backfield, breaking free for a minute, and now down again, and here comes another flag. I think the second flag's not going to matter because the first flag's going to be an illegal motion or a false start here on the Panthers. And the guy over on the other side's coming in to tell him what he saw. I don't think that play ever happened.
Possibly so. However, if it did happen, I think the second flag could be a block in the back.
Well, maybe they'll get both of them.
Well, let's look for a third flag.
Panthers are backing up. Marauders are standing around the officials. And the officials are still talking it over. This is like we still have the replacement refs. Where's the guy underneath the hood?
In our truck.
Yeah.
That's Nick.
We've got holding on the Panthers, and it looks like an illegal shift on the Panthers. And the Marauders will most likely take the hold, I would imagine. That's going to back them up. And it will remain second down. And I think they're going to mark it from the spot of the foul. It would make sense. So they'll mark it from the 42-yard line.
Right.
Which would move to the 32, which would make it second down and about 18. And they're still talking it over. Hey, how nice to see the regular officials come back in the NFL last night.
You know, sometimes...
To a standing ovation in Baltimore.
You know what? Sometimes you know, something's got to be taken away before you miss it, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I don't understand now. All of a sudden, these guys are good. They weren't good last year. Everybody complained about them.
Well, you know what? I think football fans just flat like to argue. Except one could certainly argue that the knowledge of the game and the rules might be better from the regular refs.
Second down and 18 now as the Panthers head back to the line of scrimmage. Marauders with 5 down linemen. Rolling to his right. Anderson looking to throw. Anderson flushed out of the pocket. Now he's just going to throw it away. Oh.
Simmons almost got that one.
Well, I guess he was out of the tackle box. I'm looking for intentional grounding. We're not going to get it. But he threw that one over the Marauders bench, over the sideline, and out of play, knowing that he was in trouble. 3 Marauders in hot pursuit, and Anderson was just trying to save face. Now it's 3rd and 18, and that's the other problem. When you're a dominant running team or predominant running team, and you're at 3rd and 18, you're in trouble.
Right. Oh, I know, because you've got 3 plays at the back of the playbook that are really clean because you haven't used them.
From the near hash mark, going from right to left across your radio dial in front of the Coco bench. Here's a snap. Anderson, 3-step drop, looking across the middle, and he's got a man, but it's incomplete. And then through the hands of a Marauder defender. It would have been first down yardage, but unable to come up with a grab that time is 31, Avery Baker, the tight end, across the middle. He got open, but he couldn't catch it. And now the Marauders have him pinned deep again and looking to punt it away.
Well, Mingus said decent coverage on that, although they did give in the zone. He actually found the soft spot in the zone. Good job by Damian, the quarterback for the Coconino Panthers, actually finding that soft spot.
I'd like to see Garcia get a chance to return one here. Hammock had a decent punt his last time. He's got it again here, and there's a hold by number 4. No call on that. And Garcia makes the catch at the 28, the 30, the 35, cuts back to the right-hand side, hit from behind, and it'll keep chugging to the 40. And now a flag comes flying in from way over at the Marauder bench. And it looks like we may have an illegal block in the back, but man, how come nobody saw the hold down here by Ray Crank right in front of the punter? I mean, you'd think he'd be watching in that area. And instead, the Marauders have it at the 40, but I think they're going to end up with it back around the 20 by the time this hold is marked off.
Marauders have back the ball up 10 yards.
And let's see where they're going to mark it from. And officials are moving the ball, and looks like they're going to mark it from where that flag is, which is the 32-yard line. So they'll go 10 yards from there. And, well, the Marauders started at the Coco 10. Then they had it at the Coco 12. Then their next possession they had at the Coco 42. And then at the Marauder 47. And now it's going to be way back at the Marauder 22. So all those yards that you said we weren't getting, even though we had points, now we're going to have a chance to gain some yards.
Well, we're going to have a chance at it. However, here we are, just under 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Mingus leading 10-0, and Mingus has 49 yards from the line of scrimmage.
And they marked 12 yards off to the 20. They marked it from the 32 to the 20.
Proceed support Coconino High School football.
8:53 left to go in the opening half. First down and 10, Mingus from their own 20-yard line. Here's a snap in. Simmons has got it. Simmons faked the handoff. Now he cuts up through the middle. Well, was looking to go outside. Saw a defender there and just cutted it back up into the middle, and he got about 4 yards, where it's going to be second down and 6 from the 24-yard line. I think what Mingus is looking to do here, Jackie, is try to run the ball and run the clock as much as possible. Try to get a touchdown going into the locker room without much time, if any, here for the Coconino Panthers to have the ball to end the first half, get a good 17-point lead going in the locker room, knowing you're going to have the ball to start the second half.
Well, that would be great. I'm not sure you can put together a nine-minute drive, though.
Here's the snap. Handoff, sweeping to the right side. Herndon has got a first down across the 30, following his blockers and still moving across the 35, and finally tackled about the 37-yard line. And that's a good run. Tyler Herndon followed his blockers, and again, number 9, Luke Ross, is in the backfield being talked to by the official after coming after Simmons. Eventually, Simmons is going to have enough of that. He's going to hand the ball off, wait for Ross, give him a little forearm shivers. Hey, you keep coming after me, I'm going to fight back.
Right. Either that or he will start using his acting skills.
Right? Let him come up and hit you, just fly backwards.
Right,
hey,
exactly.
Did it again.
Start screaming, my ankle.
First down and 10, Mingus. Hand off this side to the left-hand side to Hanks. Hanks has open room. Hanks is going to be tripped up by an ankle across midfield at the Coconino 43-yard line. That's all it was a hand on the foot, and he was able to pull him down. I think it was Andrew Broadston, the free safety that time, that got in there to make the play, but a big run by Dakota Hanks. Clock running, 1st and 10, Mingus at the Coco 42.
Well, at this pace, there's no way Mingus is going to put together a 9-minute drive.
No. They might be thinking, let's score twice before we go in the locker room.
Yeah, there is way too much second quarter left, Zach.
From the gun, Simmons takes a snap, and they're going to sweep near side on the short side to Herndon. Herndon gets to the outside, flag comes in, and Herndon is pushed out of bounds at about the 28-yard line, but that flag is going to be in the area that this is probably coming back for a hold on Mingus.
That is a precarious spot, is it not?
Why, certainly is. Holding Mingus. And now that will back him up across midfield again to their 48-yard line. And it will be 1st down and 20 for the Marauders.
However, Mingus showing the ability on this drive
big chunks
to run the ball at will.
And that was a near side sweep, which is a wing T formula, or sweep to the near side. And they picked up big yardage again. It was another 1st down, a good run that time. But the hold will bring it back. Hanks in the backfield. Herndon at a wing on the left, and it looks like it may be Rios on the right. Herndon in motion from left to right. Here's the snap, and flags come flying. I think the Marauders got going a little early that time. And we've got a false start on Mingus. And now going backwards now. Now it's going to be 1st down and 25. That's all part of that. Let's gain some yardage to go with our points.
Well, you know what? Some of the most highest powered offenses are usually the ones that commit the most fouls, right?
Well, now the Marauders last week had a lot of penalty yards. A lot of it was like personal foul type of stuff. This is the most I think we've seen Mingus be penalized so far this season. Here in the opening half. There's still 7:23 left to go in the second quarter.
4 penalties, 30 yards against the Marauders.
Simmons awaiting the snap, and he fumbles it, looking for it, falls on it, and a loss on the play. Wow. This possession looked promising. Now it's getting ugly. 2nd down from the Marauder 38-yard line. They need to get to the Coco 32.
Run the ball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Brings up 2nd down and 30 now for Mingus.
Although so far in the game, Simmons is 3 for 6, 25 yards. He's hit Brewer twice.
2 wideouts in the set. Here's a snap. Simmons under pressure, throws a screen, and blockers out in front and nowhere to go.
Oh my goodness, 1 missed block right there. That was a key one.
Well, yeah, and the guy that was supposed to make the block actually got in on the tackle that time. It's 54 Mario Ravlakaba, and man, it looked like it might be a promising play. I mean, obviously the Marauders were letting those guys come through to open it up on the little jailbreak there. Only a couple of yards, and now it's 3rd down for Mingus. From their 38, there's no gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 30. Well, we've got the coaches here. Let's see what they got in their playbook for 3rd and 30. Here's a pump fake. Simmons now throws it down the field, and Brewer, the leaping grab, and he'll have a 1st down. Where's the spot? It should be a 1st down around the 31, and it is. Mingus picks up a 1st down on 3rd and 30. What a tremendous catch that time by Alex Brewer. Jumped high in the air. This kid, that's what we saw last year during basketball. That ball came off the rim, and Brewer went up and got it. That's what he did there. That ball was flying through the air, and Brewer went up and got it. What a great play that time. Simmons with the pump fake, too, to maybe draw somebody up a little bit, and Brewer made the catch. Jackie, 3rd and 30, and a big 1st down for Mingus. Clock's still rolling here as they get the chain set. Well, the clock's not running for some reason. The officials are talking something over again.
Well, you asked me what they would do and what the play was. Now we know what the play was.
You know, these officials must not know that it's homecoming.
They've got plenty of time to talk at halftime, right?
Yeah, what's going on here? 5:52 left, opening half of play. 10-0, the Marauders with the lead. and the ball. 1st and 10 at the Coco 31-yard line. Maybe it's closer to the 32, and they're still talking things over. And looks like we're getting ready to play football. That's a good thing.
Well, we can look back at that one again.
Run the clock. Here we go.
If the offense wants to make sure that there were no offensive linemen downfield.
Wow, 3rd and 30. And a great pass that time by Simmons. Put a nice arc under it. And here's it. Now we've got flags, and we may have a timeout. Yep, we do. Coco calls timeout. 5:45 left to go in the opening half. 10-0. Mingus with the ball. 1st down and 10 at the Coco 32-yard line. We'll be back after timeout.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Back at Coconino High School, the Marauders pick up a 3rd and 30 for a 1st down, and on their way for what we hope to be another scoring drive, JB. We have some scoring updates from our guys down in the booth.
Well, Blue Ridge, number 1 in Division 4, taking it to St. John's, 14-0. By far, Mingus has been their closest game of the season, and no one's been anywhere close or as close as Mingus. Deer Valley, I'm going to say upsetting Bradshaw right now, 14-0. I would have definitely thought Bradshaw would have had the lead at halftime for that one.
Bradshaw's not real good, but I thought they were better than Deer Valley. 1st and 10, flags come flying. Mingus running down the middle. Dakota Hanks is running over people inside the 10. He's still going down to the goal line. He's down at the 1. What's that flag for? Now that flag came from the defensive secondary. So let's see what they're doing here. They've got false start on Mingus. Now that guy calls it from back of the back judge called false start on Mingus. Is that not where that flag came from, the defensive secondary?
That's a good question. I'm not sure where it came from.
Let's see who puts it back in their pocket.
You are a sleuth, aren't you?
Well, I get lucky sometimes, baby. You know what they say about blind squirrels and nuts. Every once in a while. Every once in a while.
Well, that's going to take back a great run by Dakota Hanks.
And it's the umpire that calls it. So that'll back him up 5. It remains 1st down. 1st and 15 now. And that's all, like I said, that's all part of that. Let's add some yardage to our scoring.
Well, this has become an extremely long drive for the Mingus Marauders.
Right. Oh, no, they're trying to run out the clock.
Right. Well, they've taken 3.5 minutes off the clock here in the 2nd quarter.
1st and 15 as they head back to the line of scrimmage. And awaiting the snap, there it is, and they give it to Hanks again. This time Coconino's not fooled. And Hanks is going to lose about 3 back to the 39-yard line. 2nd down and 19 now for the Marauders. Well, the last time that looked pretty identical to the other play that he ran all the way down to the 1. That time the Panthers were ready for it.
In fact, they went and tackled the ball, and Dakota Hanks, the ball and the arms actually moved away from his body, did a pretty decent job to re-wrestle it back in, but had lost all of his momentum in doing so.
Let's watch Alex Brewer here on this play. Brewer over on the left-hand side in what appears to be like a tight end position. And Herndon in motion from right to left. And they're going to hand out to Hanks again. Hanks to the left-hand side. He's in the open again. To the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Hanks dragged down from behind, but it'll be 1st and goal. Mingus at the 6-yard line. Wow, Dakota Hanks ripped through the defense and in a sprint towards the end zone is caught from behind, which doesn't happen often, but he's got a 1st and goal for the Marauders as they are down inside the, was that Hanks? I think that was Hanks.
That was Hanks.
Down inside the 10 at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal, Mingus.
Wow, setting them up with the pass, and then run it right down their throat.
Well, yeah, when it's 2nd down and 19, teams think you're going to throw it. And here's the 1st and goal play. Man in motion is Herndon from right to left, and it's snapped over the head of Simmons, and he'll dive on it back at about the 23-yard line.
Whoops, that one's on the center.
You know, I mean, they've gone back as many yards as they've gone forward on this drive.
Yeah,
and they're still in an goal situation.
Right. Well, you know, it's times like this that you need the football psychologist because you're obviously having some trouble going back and forth on this issue.
What's he do, rub a little oil on the pigskin?
I don't know. Some sort of seance around the ball? I don't know.
Second down and goal for Mingus now from the 23-yard line. And again, you'd have to think Coconino's thinking they're going to throw it. Alex Brewer sets up wide on the right-hand side right here in front of us. There's a snap, and Simmons under pressure now will throw it in. It is incomplete. Try to get it to a man out of the backfield that time. It looks like it is Hanks again, and didn't come up with a catch, and it falls incomplete. Third down and goal for the Marauders from the 23-yard line.
Well, on those, you don't necessarily want to float that one up in traffic just over the line because the best one had the best one with an angle on that interception was obviously a Panther, and Dakota had his back to him. Had he actually caught that ball, he may have taken quite a hit.
Third down and goal for the Marauders, unless they pick up a big chunk here, I would think is 4-down territory. They're not going to punt it from the 23. Awaiting the snap. There it is. And looking to throw. Simmons going up top to the end zone. Looking for Brewer. And he'll leap and make the... it's incomplete. We've got flags. And I think it's going to be on Brewer for an offensive penalty, push off, which will back him up a little more. I think they could just decline it, right?
Right.
And then it would make it 4th down and goal from the 23.
Well, given that as an option, I would imagine Coco would decline it.
And another penalty on the Marauders.
Well, that would be 6.
Let's see. Yeah. Wait a minute. No, it's going on the defense. Oh, no. Offsetting penalties. And we'll replay the down. Okay. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 23. And the Marauders will get another shot at it.
Thou shalt not play patty cake in the down the sideline, right? A lot of pushing and shoving out there.
Right.
And
on both sides.
Yep, and you know what? I'm glad they actually called it that way.
And it was 2 number 10s. Travis Walters was the DB that time.
Well, maybe they couldn't figure out which 10 did it.
And we've got a timeout. 3:22 left to go in the opening half. Mingus leading 10-0. It is 3rd down and goal for the Marauders from the Coco 23. We'll be back to Coconino High School after this.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Coconino High School, it is 3rd down and goal for the Marauders at the 23-yard line. And apparently the call on that last play, Jackie, was Greg Charles with a number 90 on his jersey, not allowed to play up on that line.
Well, yeah, that was the motion penalty, what we thought was a motion penalty earlier that got brought back Dakota Hanks' first big run.
Okay. 3rd down and goal. Mingus from the 23-yard line. Hanks in the backfield with Simmons in the gun. Running behind the line of scrimmage in motion is Herndon. And Simmons to throw back across the grain. And incomplete. Trying to get it over there to Rios. And it falls incomplete. Now it's 4th and goal for Mingus at the 23. From here, you're looking at a 40-yard field goal attempt.
I don't think Simmons actually was able to plant his foot to get that ball off. He just sailed it high.
I think the pressure got to him a little quicker than he was expecting.
Right, I agree with that.
And Mingus will go for it, obviously, here.
Right, you got to throw it in the end zone at this point.
And they'll split one receiver to the right-hand side, wing back on the right, a wing on the left, one back in the backfield. Now a man in motion from left to right. And now we have flags again.
Wow. It is hard to get any momentum offensively or defensively at this point.
Down to 3:17 left to go here in this opening half of play.
Time would have run out in the first half if we didn't continue to stop the clock.
And they'll move it back to the 28, where it's 4th and goal from the 28. Huh. Kind of makes you think that maybe you let Simmons just pooch punt it down inside the 5. Maybe see if we can get him back deep for a safety or something.
Well, at the same time, I mean, you know, throw something across the middle, somewhere around the 15-yard line, you'll get it within the 20 anyway, even if it's a turnover on downs.
4th and goal. Herndon in motion from left to right. Simmons looking to throw. Simmons under pressure. Simmons is going to be, he's going to break free, and now he's sacked.
Oh, no.
Right into the 38.
Ran into the back of Hanks. When he found his bearings going the right direction, he ran into the back of his fullback and bounced back and put himself right there to be tackled.
Got to throw that one away, Jackie. Save yourself 10 yards.
Oh, yeah.
3:11 left to go here in the opening half. Coconino stops the Marauders on what was essentially a 5.5-minute drive. Head coach Bob Young talking things over with Tyler Herndon there on the sideline, trying to figure out what happened. It was 1st and goal at the 6. We turned it over at the 38. 1st down and 10 now for the Panthers, who haven't been on the field in what seems like about a half an hour. I mean, we're talking about 5.5 minutes of game time, not counting all the time the referees talked about penalties. I mean, that was a long drive for the Mingus Marauders and a timeout on the field. 3:11 left to go in the opening half. We'll be back to Coconino High School after this.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Back at Coconino High School, Panthers have it back. Their best field position here to start the drive at their own 38-yard line. 3:11 left in the opening half. It's still 10-0. The Marauders with the lead. They'd like to keep it at least 10 going in the locker room. From the shotgun now, quarterback Anderson awaiting the snap. He's got it back next to him on the right side. And he'll throw out of the backfield down the left side and knocked out of it. No, he didn't even knock out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A gain of 7. Stops the clock. 2nd down and 3 now for the Panthers, and a positive gain on 1st down. They may keep Anderson in the gun.
Possibly. Not only that, but it's the first reception of the game.
Going no huddle. Anderson looking to his left, awaiting the snap. There it is, looking to throw. Under pressure, he's going to step up and be hit and break free from Pelletier. And now, oh boy, he got jacked up on the sideline. Hit low and then hit high and hit hard. That time, Mingus was stinging that time on defense. And I think he got a 1st down. It looks like he does, out to about the 49-yard line. 1st down and 10 Panthers. It'll stop the clock momentarily as they get the football set and the chain set. And back-to-back good plays for Coconino there. He switched out and went to the shotgun, and now going no huddle.
Well, he got lifted up off his feet when he got hit by the second Mingus Marauder there.
Two receivers left, 2 receivers right, only 5 down linemen. Anderson looking to throw again across the middle. He's got a man. Catch is made. 1st down yardage. Kitchen trying to wrestle him down, and now he's getting a little help from Brewer and Longfellow. He's still on his feet and now finally down. 1st down and 10 at the Mingus 33 or 4-yard line, depending on the spot here. Stops the clock again, and Coconino on the move.
It looks like it was Dalton out of the backfield with that reception, and he'll pick up 14 yards, and Mingus a little soft on the corner positions out there. Give him a little bit of space.
No huddle once again. 2:30 left to go in the opening half. Coconino trying to get on the board and tighten this thing up. Anderson from the gun. Looking over the middle. Hit from behind. Breaks free. Still on the loose. Down the right side. Caught, and it's tipped away. Tried to throw it as he was going down. Looking to see who it was. It looks like it may have been 26 Cadera that was in there to make the play, or it might have also been Gregson. I didn't catch the number that time. The pass was tipped away out of bounds by, looks like it's Troy Carter that was in in there trying to pull him down. And I think it was Garcia that tipped that one away on the sideline.
Well, Carter had a hold of that jersey. I did actually realize jerseys would stretch that far.
Yeah, no doubt.
I was pretty sure that his underwear was going to start coming out.
It used to be when you pulled on him that hard, you broke away.
Right, yeah, no kidding, huh?
Second down and 10, clock stopped on the incompletion, 2:19 left in the half. Anderson takes a snap and hands off to the fullback, and he's going to go left side, break through the Marauder defense, and fumble! And it's loose. It looked like Mingus had it. Let's see who comes up with it. A Panther jumped on it also, and they're going to continue running the clock. Apparently, Coconino's got the ball.
Yep.
Short of a first down to the Marauder 27-yard line. It's 3rd down and 3 now.
Christian Dalton very violently changed directions with his body.
Anderson from the gun takes a snap, looking left, throwing left, and he's got a man, catches May, big hit by Seneca. Pelletier comes to help him out, and it looks like they will have a first down to the Marauder 20. And the clock stopped to move the chains. 1:40 left to go in the opening half. Mingus leading 10-0. Coconino putting together their first decent drive of the game, and it's been from the no huddle with the quarterback in the gun. And the clock will run. 1:35 and counting. Anderson from the shotgun, 5 down lineman, rolls right, looking to throw to the right side, and his receiver falls down. I'm not sure it was a catchable ball thrown out of bounds. That will stop the clock, 2nd down and 10.
Wow, Coconino going into a hurry-up offense here. Remember, they only have 148 passing yards on the season. Not in a game, on the season. So across 5 games, that's what, a little less than 30 yards a game.
Yeah, they've got more than that on this drive. 2nd down and 10 from the Marauder 27-yard line. Panthers with 5 down linemen, 1 back in the backfield next to quarterback Anderson, who's in the gun. Takes a snap, looking right, throwing right. He's got a wide open man and makes a catch on his knees at the 15-yard line, which is short of a first down, so the clock will continue to run. Right now, the clock is on the Marauder side. They want that thing to run out before they can get in the end zone. It's down to 110. Catch made that time by Daniel Newman, number 83, and it's about half the yardage they need. 3rd down and 5 now here for the Panthers. Clock down to 1 minute and counting. Anderson from the gun. No huddle offense, awaiting the snap. There it is. Looking left, throwing left. He's got a man. It's incomplete. And another open receiver. That's a little disturbing here. They've got guys open. That time it was just thrown a little short. He came back for it, dove, but it was unable to come up with it. It brings up 3rd down and 5 now with 52 seconds left in the half.
Well, Mingus playing defensively. I don't want to use the ugly P defense word, but definitely playing soft on the corners, giving them a little bit of space.
Coconino, I think, is calling a timeout here. 52 seconds left to go in the first half, rather. 10-0 Mingus. Timeout on the field. We'll be back for the 4th down play coming up after this.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
32-yard field goal attempt. Now a timeout by Mingus. Not sure how cold it is, but the Marauders are going to ice them. 52 seconds left to go. They bring out the kicker, 33, Steve Sordin, to attempt a 32-yard field goal attempt. And the Marauders have shown that they've been able to get a little pressure. Interestingly enough, their big man on the line on both sides is center and nose tackle. Number 69, what's his name there, Jackie? Jared Crawl is not in there as the long snapper.
That is interesting. That means, well, I don't know if that means that you got a little bit of area in those A gaps around him to possibly get some inside penetration besides the outside. Obviously, the speed goes to the outside.
You see quarterback Damian Anderson walking along the sideline here in front of us, talking things over with number 9, Luke Ross. And Crawl over there bouncing around behind the sideline trying to get people fired up here. 32-yard field goal attempt coming from the far hash mark on the right hash mark for Sorden. Number 33, sort of not a real big guy at 5'7", 165. Let's see what kind of leg he's got. Awaiting the snap, good hold. The kick is up, and man, it looks good. The kick is good, and Coconino is on the board. 48 seconds left to go here in the half. The Marauders will get the ball one more time, and we'll have to see what they can do with it. We'll be back with the kickoff coming up after this.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Back at Coconino High School, Panthers on the board. A 32-yard field goal is good for number 33, Steven Sorden. And the Panthers score for the first time here tonight with 48 seconds left to go in the opening half. The Marauders led 10-0 for most of the ball game. They scored 10 points in the opening quarter, and then they find themselves first and goal at the 6-yard line, where they turn the ball over at their own at the 38. Here's a high pooch kick. It'll be taken by one of the Marauder up men at the 28-yard line, and he fumbles at the 30. Mingus gets it back. Wow, that would have been a bad turn of events. It's Garcia. So first and 10, Mingus at the 30 with 44 seconds left to go here in the half. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Marauders try to do something with it here. They've got one timeout left to work with. And you like to try to score going into the locker room.
Well, that would certainly put the momentum on our side. However, the Mingus Marauders will get the ball first in the second half as they won the toss and deferred.
Wouldn't be surprised to see the Marauders come out in the no huddle of their own here in the second half, and maybe even on this drive, obviously.
Well, this would be good practice, would it not?
Simmons set under center. Yeah, he takes the ball from under center, and a handoff going to the right-hand side. It's Hanks out in the open. Hanks trying to get to the outside. He's caught from behind at about the 47-yard line, and I think the Marauders will call timeout. Well, they don't have to right away, at least, because the clock stops with the first down and the chains moving. Mingus in a huddle. Not sure about that as they run the clock. 34 seconds, and clock's not running. That's good. And now we've got a timeout. Mingus calls timeout. First and 10, Marauders at their own 47-yard line. Big run by Dakota Hanks gives them a chance to do something here with 34 seconds left in the half. However, no timeouts remaining for Mingus. We'll be back after this quick timeout.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day.
Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Back at Coconino High School, 34 seconds left on the clock. The Marauders are 53 yards away from the end zone with no timeouts to work with. Set under center. Luke Simmons takes a snap and handoff up the middle again, and nothing doing that time as Hanks is gobbled up at the line of scrimmage, and Mingus needs to hurry up and get back to that ball. And they might even look to spike it here or something. Time running out. 20 seconds left to go in the half, and a loss of 2 on the play. Back to the 45. The Marauders go back into a huddle. And they're just going to let the rest of this clock run out and go into the locker room with a 10-3 lead. All right, 10-3 is our score as we head into halftime. Mingus had a good play on first down, called timeout, didn't get anything on second down, just let the time run off the clock. I think Coconino's got a little momentum going in the locker room. See if the Marauders can stifle it coming out of the locker room when they'll have the ball first. It is halftime, 10-3. The Marauders with the lead over the Coconino Panthers. Mingus scored all 10 points in the opening quarter. And let's see if they can get their offense rolling again when they come back out of the locker room. We'll be back to Coconino High School for the halftime report coming up after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club Card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club Card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day.
Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Welcome to the Sears Halftime Report. On Facebook, be sure to like Cottonwood Sears for special Sears coupons each Friday and one-of-a-kind deals from your local Cottonwood Sears in the Food City Shopping Center. In just a moment, we'll have a recap of the first half, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. Now, let's head back live to the press box. Here's Zach Calandra.
Back at Coconino High School, along with Jay from Sears and Jackie Bessler, I'm Zach Calandra. We are at halftime. Homecoming for the Coconino Panthers, and so far, Marauders on top, 10-3. Mingus did all their scoring in the opening quarter of play and had the ball there right towards the end of the half, Jackie. They chewed up 5+ minutes off the clock, had it first and goal at the 6-yard line, ended up turning it over on downs at the 38. Not a great drive, not a great way to finish a drive at least. And those penalties, Marauders have been plagued with penalty after penalty after penalty all night long.
Yeah, they've been contagious, no doubts. In fact, they had, I believe they had 3, maybe even possibly 4 penalties just on that last drive alone in the first half. Well, Mingus would score first and would score in a very unconventional way as Cadera kicks a 19-yard field goal.
First we've seen this year, I believe.
Yes, first field goal of the season, and puts the Mingus Marauders on top, and that was in the first quarter, 8:54 left to go. But remember, Mingus had gotten the ball on a blocked punt at that point and taken the ball all the way down to the 10-yard line, could not get it in the end zone, had to settle for 3. So you know what? 3 points for the Marauders, but kind of a sort of a emotional victory for the Coconino Panther defense. Mingus would turn around and score again at first quarter, 4:18 left to go, and Simmons finds a streaking Brewer right there. Beautiful cut to the inside to the post.
Mingus has run that play quite a few times this year, and it's worked for touchdowns a few times as well.
Absolutely, especially in shorter yardage. That slant across the middle, especially if you can move that safety off to somewhere else. The corner's got to pick them up. They've got to go deep, and that leaves the whole inside open for Brewer and Simmons to connect. That one was worth 6. The extra point by Cadera was good. Unfortunately, that's all Mingus has put on the board. They're used to 33 points a game. Well, they're going to have to pick up more than 3 touchdowns in the second half to make their average out here today. And then with 52 seconds left to go, and Mingus gives up a 32-yard field goal to Sorden and the Coconino Panthers. And boy, this one had plenty of leg. It is his third field goal for the Coconino Panthers this season. And Zach, that might have been easily good from 45.
Yeah, it was good from a lot further than what he kicked it. There's no doubt about it. I cleared the bar by a lot. Now, the one Mingus kicked, that might have a little yellow on it. That looked like it was a bar scraper.
Well, you know what, though? In the stats, it was high, down the middle, exactly about, 8 feet from both field goal posts.
Yep, off the scoreboard, and I mean, just a blast.
It was.
Looks like a line drive into the box scores, right?
That's right. Love it.
All right, so 10-3 is our score here at halftime. The Marauders will have the ball to start the second half. I would be interested to see if the Marauders come out with a no huddle of their own. Try to work this Coconino defense a little bit. Try to get things moving a little bit with their offense. You mentioned that they're used to averaging 35 points a game. First and goal at the 6 should have been a touchdown. They should be at 17, which would have been right on average.
Well, I agree with you. However, Mingus is going to have to figure out a way to make that up. Mingus has been able to move the ball up and down the field. Got to figure out a way to stay away from the penalties and stop hitting the self-destruct button.
Penalty after penalty. It's been unbelievable. And another thing, Jay, that we've seen all year is that the Marauders have been, and not even all year, 21 years now we've been doing this, the Marauders have always been a second-half team. And I expect that they're going to make some adjustments here in the locker room and be ready for the second half of play.
Oh, I sure hope so. Especially get rid of that favorite color of yellow right now. But yeah, no, I think they're going to come out. Yeah, it's too much. So, but I think they're going to come out fired up, ready to go. They're going to have to, especially if they want to get another 25 points on the board. So,
well, looking to ruin a Coconino homecoming,
right?
And
that's always fun.
Yeah. That's definitely that definitely puts a little spark in you.
Hey, if you beat a team on homecoming, do you get to go to their dance?
Do you want to go to their dance?
I would.
Well, you would. Huh?
Yeah, but we know
not now.
I know.
In there with my Marauder red on.
Right.
Coming out with my Coconino black eye.
Why do I have a feeling you and I would both go to that?
We enjoy fun.
We do.
I'll stay in the truck.
All right.
This way, I'll have the engine running.
Great. We will need a ride.
Our escape man.
Yes.
Our getaway car. All right, fans, let's take a quick break right here. It is halftime. The Coconino Panthers band is out on the field, and they're getting ready for their homecoming festivities, and I imagine we'll have kings and queens and all that fun stuff coming up here before too long. We don't know who won, and particularly it don't really matter too much to us, as we already know who our kings and queens are. We did that a couple weeks ago against another Flagstaff team, against Flag High. And 10-3 is our score here at halftime. Fans, we will be home next week. I want to remind you of that. Payson coming to town. Our last update from Payson. Do we have a Payson score?
We do.
We do have a Payson. No, we don't. Okay, we'll try to get you a Payson score. They come to town next week. 10-3 here at halftime. The Mingus Marauders leading the Coconino Panthers. And we'll be back to Coconino High School right after this.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day.
Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Back at Coconino High School, 10-3 is our score here at halftime. We do have an update from next week's opponent as the Payson Longhorns are on the road, I believe, at Sedona tonight, and a 3-0 lead. So Payson off to a winning start, I guess. It's 3-0 in the third quarter. I mean, that's a defensive battle going on over there in Sedona tonight.
Well, Payson's coming up next week for the Mingus Marauders, and right after that, Mingus is on the road to Prescott, who is playing some
Yeah,
good
that
ball.
Mangarelli kid's already up to like 1,200 rushing yards, has already broken records at a 108-year-old school football tradition, and that's somebody that the Marauders are going to have to look to deal with. But first things first, you got to come back here in the second half of this game. They're only up by a touchdown. I mean, it's just a breakaway. We've already seen him on a kick return bring the ball out near midfield. That's all it takes is one play, and Coconino could really be back in this game. So the Marauders need to do some work there in the locker room here at halftime, try to figure out how they're going to get their offense rolling a little bit more, and try to figure out the Panthers on their last drive went no huddle, shotgun, and moved the ball down the field. That's not a good sign for the Marauders.
No, now Mingus definitely had the edge offensively during the course of most of the first half. Let's take a look at some of the first half stats for the Mingus Marauders as Luke Simmons ends up going 6 for 11, 1 touchdown, and 69 yards in the first half. Leading rusher for the Mingus Marauders is Dakota Hanks, 7 carries, 73 yards, averaging better than 10 yards per carry. Mingus only 145 yards of offense in the first half. If you take back the 60 yards in penalties against the Marauders, woof.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is definitely. Mingus has not had 100 yards from that point. However, defensively, Mingus has been very stout. The only thing they've really given up is the underneath passes, which looked like Coconino was trying to take advantage of here at the end of the second half. Although, I think Mingus might start baiting them with those underneath passes. We'll see where they go with that.
The Marauders have turned Coconino into a passing team, which is the idea of any team, is to bring your opponent out of what they're comfortable with and make them do something that they aren't used to doing to try to beat you. And that's what the Marauders have done here in this first half. Now they just need to make the adjustments. If they're going to throw the ball, first of all, you need to get pressure. They've only got 5 down linemen. There's not even a tight end, 5 down linemen. You got to get pressure. That breaks up the passing game in a hurry, and that guy's getting thrown backwards. And then second of all, if he does get it off, you got to be able to play defense with your secondary.
No doubts. Against the rush, Mingus has been phenomenal, which is the strength of the Coconino Panthers. They have 25 yards rushing in the first half.
On
how many carries? Well,
a lot.
A lot of carries.
Most of their snaps.
There we go. How about that? 25 rushing yards for the Coconino Panthers and 33 passing yards. I don't think they have ever been in a situation this year where they have more passing yards than rushing yards. That is on 12 different carries. 12 carries.
2 yards a carry.
Exactly. And they're accustomed to the 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust. 2 ain't getting it done.
And they got the little black pebbles like Mingus.
Right. Yes. Okay. That's right. 1 interception earlier in the game. Mingus is winning the turnover ratio so far. However, Mingus has put the ball on the turf again. In fact, twice they've put the ball on the turf and gotten it back, luckily. But Mingus is still giving up the ball here today, which is not what we want to see.
No, we saw a little bit of that last week also, and I would imagine that's going to be an emphasis in practice this week as the Marauders get ready for Payson coming up next week.
Right, we're going to start learning the molecular consideration of glue, right?
Right.
Stick 'em.
Stick 'em.
Stick 'em.
That is so much easier than molecular.
Yeah. Well, I got layman's terms for me.
Right.
Well, Jay, Sears, getting ready for some holiday stuff coming up at least. We're starting to get into October. The wintertime's starting to come around. You guys are starting to get things ready. I'd imagine you got football on. People want big screen TVs. All kinds of happy things happening down there at Sears in Cottonwood.
Yeah, there are some really good things going on right now. You mentioned the TVs. We do have great deals going on
Always.
the TVs. And for all the sports fans out there, just a little hint on what you want in your TV. You want as big as you can get, as big, all right, 80 pixels, 1080 pixels,
right?
At least a 120 hertz refresh rate on that TV. If you can afford to go 240, go 240. If you haven't watched sports on a 240 hertz TV, you ain't seen nothing.
You're on the field.
It is awesome. It really is awesome. And just go ahead.
I mean, you guys had the games on there on Saturday? I mean, you come down, or Sunday, you come down and watch a game with you down in Sears?
See, now I'm glad the owners are on vacation today because they probably can't hear the game.
This time.
So, but yeah, the games are on Saturdays, Sundays. I mean,
well, it's a chance for somebody to come down and actually watch the game on the TV before they were going to look to buy and go, man, I can't live without this.
Right, and I do like the fact that they do have 60 hertz TVs. They have 120 hertz TV. It's really nice, just to have the differences so we can show people. I mean, football games on a 240 hertz are just incredible. So
popcorn,
no popcorn.
Oh, come on!
Hey, I got bags. Okay, that's the best I can do for you. I got bags. I got vacuum cleaner bags. I got shopping bags. You bring the popcorn, I'll supply the bags. How's that?
Now Sears has actually opened up your tools and stuff. You guys have added a lot of inventory, if I remember correctly. You were telling us a couple weeks ago. So if people haven't been in Sears in a while, come check it out. There's a lot more to choose from there.
There is a lot of tools, a lot of individual tools, just stuff that we really needed, and it's going to help us stay in competition with the guys down the street. So we're excited about the tools. I mean, it's great.
Yeah,
it really is.
Little Tim Allen.
It's
who? You're just channeling Tim Allen.
Tim?
Yeah, Tim the Tool Man.
Oh, Tim the Tool Man.
Yeah, there you go. You're talking tools.
Yeah,
man.
he is a friend of mine. I know.
Stay with us, Jay.
And heaters, I'm getting there, all right? It's been hard looking through those posts here tonight. In fact, I'm going to ask Sears if they'll donate a welding torch for us so we can cut these poles out of the stadium here, because they really.
That ought to be
I feel
good
like
for
I'm
the
in
structure.
Hey, I feel like I'm in the Boston Garden sitting here looking at the steel posts. I'm like, man, who paid for that seat?
Well, you know what, though? I mean, it does make it interesting in the game. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's at
Hey, the Boston Garden's better than Fenway at this time of year, right?
Oh, right about now it is. It's got a few more people in it, but
jab.
I know, that's all right. I'd say wait till next year, but we're not even done.
No, that's
with this
Jackie.
year.
That's the Cubs.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is it next year?
Wait till next year. That's the Cubs.
Is it next year?
I think they wrote that on the front of Wrigley.
Did they?
Yeah.
They should.
Well, actually, I heard there was a petition to make sure that Houston didn't
Keep
leave
Houston in the National League.
Yeah, sorry, that's not going to happen. All right? As it is right now, we need someone who'll go below us, okay?
Well, we're rooting for Colorado to lose.
Yeah, they're right there, too.
Right, I know.
Hey, baseball playoffs are coming up. There's some tight pennant races. We're going to keep an eye on that as our season progresses here. And, of course, we'll give you updates on all that. We do have some updates, Jackie, from some other high school football games that are of interest to these Mingus Marauders.
Well, last we heard, Bradshaw was still trailing Deer Valley at Deer Valley 14-7, so that one tightened up a little bit. And Blue Ridge taking it to St. John's, definitely in control of this one, 28-0. And if you didn't catch it earlier, Payson leading the Scorpions from Sedona in Sedona, 3-0, Trey to nothing.
In the third quarter.
Yeah, wow, that's true.
Yeah, that's a battle. All right, fans, let's take a quick break right here. We'll be back for more of our halftime show and get ready for the second half. It's 10-3. The Marauders with the lead, and they will have the ball to start the second half of play. We'll be back to Coconino High School right after this.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores. We're in your neighborhood.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
This has been the Sears Halftime Report. Can you name the top 10 national appliance brands available at your hometown Sears? Ready, set, go. Or cheat and visit your Cottonwood Sears in the Food City Shopping Center and ask about their price guarantee. If you were at the stadium, you'd be rushing back to your seat right now because half number 2 is getting ready to start. Exciting Mingus Marauder football will return right after this.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Coconino High School, the sounds of the Coconino Band. JB, I gotta say, this band is very good, and the choir that sang the national anthem was right on, spot on, harmonic, I guess, way to say it.
Yes.
and they sounded real good. These guys have a nice music program here at Coconino High School.
And great numbers in their music program as well. I mean, the band itself takes a whole section of fan space out here.
Unfortunately, it's a section right in front of us.
You know, that's good atmosphere.
Yeah, I might have to open a window so our fans can hear a little better.
Right. Well, I'm sure they got mics out there. You got a mic out there, don't you?
I got a mic out there. Let me tell you, it's loud.
It's loud. Can't hear Ryan, huh?
No, I can actually, but it's good.
Now, fans, remember, next week we do return home. Haven't been there in a couple weeks now. We do return home next week for Payson, and then it's right back out on the road as we'll head over the hill to Prescott, a team that you mentioned earlier, JB, that is playing very good football. And then on October 19th, 3 weeks from tonight, on the road to Snowflake. Now, that's the long trip as we head all the way up into the White Mountains, as we did twice last year. And then the last week of the season, the Camp Verde Cowboys will be coming to Mingus for a rematch of last year's Verde Valley game. And we've got some good games coming up here. I think Mingus is happy to have games like Prescott and Snowflake and teams like that towards the end of the season so that you can play some teams that are decent to keep you sharp and keep you focused as you head into the playoffs.
Prescott is the real thing. They are 4-1 on the season. Took care of business with Bradshaw to start the season 40-0. Beat Deer Valley in a shootout 56-28. Their only loss coming to Boulder Creek, who is a Division I top 10 team. Now Prescott is Division II, so that's not quite so far. A Division III victory over Moon Valley. A win last week 63-49.
Remember when Moon Valley used to be good? Yeah, we used to have to go down and mess with Moon Valley, and that was always a tough game.
The Rockets,
Yeah, the Rockets, and their programs seem to fall off a little bit. I don't know if that's because of the area they're in. People moved out or going to different schools or whatever, but Moon Valley used to be one of the better teams in the state. I remember we used to have to go down and play them. That wasn't an easy one.
Well, the Peoria Panthers were legendary. Struggling this year. Cactus not in the top 5.
Cactus got beat by a bunch last week.
I know. There are strange things happening in Arizona football.
Strange happenings afoot at the Circle K. Where's George Carlin?
I don't know.
Coming flying down in his telephone booth.
Right.
For our young fans, the telephone booth is what you used to stand in when you had to make a phone call.
Really?
Yeah. Remember that?
Yes, it was a quiet place for you to use your cell.
With your dime.
Dime.
Yeah.
Did they? Oh, my goodness.
All right, we're ready for the second half as the Mingus Marauders will receive the ball to start the second half of play, leading 10-3 here as we head into the second half of play. Mingus back deep, Tyler Herndon and Brennan Kitchen standing at about their 10-yard line, and here's the kick to start the second half. It's a line drive right into the up man on the right side who's going to have a good return to the 40-yard line after the 45 and down at about the 47 or 8-yard line. Great return that time by the Mingus Marauders. It's Dakota Hanks that they kicked it to at the up position on the right side of the Marauder return defense, and he just tucked it over, made a cut to the middle, and went straight down the field, and that's what the Marauders are looking for. They want to come out here in the second half and establish their offense once again and see if they can get another touchdown here to start this drive, or another touchdown to start the second half of play and put a little more room between them and the Panthers. Being up by a touchdown's not a great thing, JB. One play and you could be tied, so let's see what the Marauders can do. Here's a snap, and they're going to Herndon on the right side. Herndon's got a hole across midfield. He spun around and down. A good carry of about 7 or 8 yards, and so far, nice return and a good carry. Let's see if the Marauders change up their offense a little bit here, and it looks like they're going to continue to huddle and just go with a traditional offense.
Well, I think it's absolutely crucial for the Mingus Marauders to make this a 2-score game right now and right away to put Coconino back on its heels.
Yeah, a little pressure. Second down and 4 here for the Marauders. Simmons from the gun takes a snap, hands off to Hanks on the right side, and he is picked up and drilled backwards for, looks like it might be a loss of a yard. That time 31 got through to make the play for the defense, and that is Avery Baker, tight end, defensive end, one of the few players for this Coconino team that plays on both sides of the ball.
Dakota just trying to go off tackle there, almost a keep you honest, but he stayed home at the defensive end position.
Third down and 5 here for the Marauders as they huddle up, talk things over, and they'll break the huddle and head to the line. One receiver split wide on the left-hand side here for Mingus. That's Jesse Moronis and Tyler Herndon in the slot on the left. Now in motion, it looks to be Rios, and they're going to hand off to Hanks again. No, it's Simmons has it. They'll have a first down. Well, the Panthers, 5 guys tackle Hanks. They thought he had it, so did I. And Simmons took off the left side, and he picked up a first down to around the 41.
See, that's why you like wide angles on the camera. So when you're following the ball going the wrong direction, you can still follow the ball.
Well, the Marauders pick up a first down on their first possession of the second half and have good field position now. First and 10 from the Coconino 41-yard line. Head back up to the line of scrimmage, led by their center, Norbert Mesa. And Simmons in the gun takes a snap and fakes a handoff. Now he does hand off to Herndon, who skips through the right side. He's got a good carry down the right side, stays on his feet, and now hit out of bounds.
Just get Burrell nice and wide.
Near a first down. I'm not sure he got it. Looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short. It's going to be second down and 1, a 9-yard carry for Herndon. And a nice move to kind of slide through the defense. Kind of turned sideways and made himself small and got to the sideline for a gain of 9.
Not only that, but when he got hit the last time, and I think that's a momentum thing, got hit the last time out of bounds, he stayed on his feet. The defensive player did not.
Marauders in a hurry up. Here's a snap, and we've got flags again.
Dang, they found him.
Yeah, kind of hoping they'd lose those at halftime. Apparently they didn't. And it looks like it's illegal motion or false start here on Mingus, and it backs them up to their... or to the Coconino, 36-yard line. They need to get down to the 31. Second down and 6 now for the Marauders as they huddle up near midfield and run back to the ball. Just underway in the second half. 10-3 is the score. Mingus on top. 9:49 left in the third quarter. Here's a snap, and it's going to be Simmons again to the right side. Simmons has a first down, and down the sideline will be pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A gain of about 11 on the play, and Simmons with another good run. He's got a first down for Mingus, who has come out of the locker room moving the ball on the ground. Maybe suckering him in to throw it.
Well, it could be, especially if we can get that slant open again like we did in the first quarter where we scored our only touchdown. This is a lot tighter and a lot different than I thought it would be. Last year, 47-26. This year, 10-3. Right.
First down and 10 play. Here's a snap, and they will hand off to the left-hand side. This time it looks like it's Hanks again, and he's got a good carry out across the 20 to about the 19-yard line. Maybe they'll mark him at the 20. Now it looks like the 19 is where they're going to mark him. That's a gain of 7 and brings up second down and 3.
Now, Mingus with 10 points, I believe, has had 5 trips. This would be the 5th trip to the red zone here.
Yeah, right. That's not a good sign. Got to start punching them in. Second down and 3 as the Marauders work near the left hash mark. Simmons with Hanks behind him, awaiting the snap. There it is, and hands it to Hanks, who goes forward and will be close to a first down, depending on the spot here. He's going to be close. It may be just short, and bringing up third and real short as Brewer runs the play in here for the Marauders. This may be the spot where third and short, you look to try to throw the ball, knowing that if it is fourth and 1, you've got a pretty good chance. That's 2. It's 2. It's third down and 2.
Simmons may have wanted to keep that one on that quarterback read.
Waiting the snap. Simmons will keep it this time. They're going to go right, cuts it back into the middle, and he's going to be short of a first down. Got about a yard. Bringing up fourth down and 1 here for the Mingus. Man, you'd hate to see a good drive to start the second half come up a little short. Mingus will go for it on fourth and, well, it looks like he got no gain. It looks like it's 4th and 2.
Now he's going to move a little closer, but yeah.
It might be time for the sledgehammer. See Longfellow get in there and just blast something in through that hole.
Yeah, we haven't seen Longfellow in the backfield since, what, game 2?
Simmons from the gun. Oh, he got the Panthers to jump to the delight of the Marauders. That's the first flag on Coconino in quite a while, and that'll give Mingus an automatic first down. Offsides on the defense, moves the ball inside the 15-yard line, not all the way to the 10, so Mingus could essentially pick up a first down without scoring here. However, I think they'd rather just run it in the end zone, spike it, and run over the sideline happy.
Well, that was Mingus using Coconino's aggressiveness to itself.
The clock never stopped running.
Oh, nice.
First down and 10, Mingus. Here's the snap, and they give it to Herndon. Going to the right side. Herndon cuts it back in the middle, runs off a Wellborn, and still chugging to the end zone. Touchdown! Mingus scores a touchdown, but a flag comes in after the play. Let's see what that's going to be. Holding on Coconino. Touchdown's good, and they may spot it on the kickoff. Mingus extends the lead now 16-3 with 7:35. Did he call holding? Holding on the defense back there? So Mingus gets the touchdown, and the extra point attempt is coming up here. And Herndon bangs off of the back of one of his blockers and dives into the end zone. He sniffed out that goal line, JB. He dove from about the 2, and he picks up the big TD for Mingus. Well, nice.
He was following Jordan Wellborn, who
is a good guy to follow.
Actually gave him a shove into the end zone.
Nice opening drive of the second half. The Marauders talked things over there in the locker room, came up with a good game plan, and came out to extend this lead now, 16-3 with the extra point attempt. Well, I guess we're not ready yet. The referee had to go pick up his flag. Okay, so Cadera in to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and man, it's a rocket and no good. Missed it wide left. 16-3. The Marauders lead by 13. That scares you as well. 7:35. Took some time off the clock. We'll be back with the Marauder kickoff coming up after this.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back at Coconino High School, the penalty flag on the last play is going to be marked off on the opening kickoff, on the kickoff rather. So it's a 15-yard penalty. Must have been a personal foul on the defense there. And the Marauders now have it teed up at the Coconino 45 to kick off with a 13-point lead now, 16-3. And here's the kick. It's up, it's high, and it is through the end zone for a touchback. So Mingus not looking to do anything crazy here. Why give them the ball in good field position, trying to go onside, kick it out of the end zone, make them start from their 20, get your defense out there and see if you can stifle them here deep in their own territory.
Well, with that drive, the Mingus Marauders hit 200 yards of offense in the game, which is kind of a mile marker. It's not often it takes them into the third quarter to do that.
No.
Coconino with their first touch of the ball in the second half, working from the 58-yard mark. Only 58 yards of offense in the game.
Damian Alarcon in that quarterback, and he stays in the shotgun. This is what worked for him on their last possession of the opening half. Throwing out of the shotgun. He's got all day, goes deep down the middle of the field and incomplete. The receiver that time had a step on the Marauder defense, and it was just overthrown on Luke Ross. Now, this is a guy that is a defensive end and a wide receiver, 6'2", 180. He's built more like the receiver, I guess.
Right, yeah, I agree with that. But especially in high school, you're going to play the most athletic kids wherever you can get them on the field.
No doubt about it. Marauder defense now has second down and 10 here on the Panthers and shifting around, trying to show them different looks. And Alarcon is hitting the backfield, and he's going to be wrapped up for a sack. Mingus is going to have him deep and drive him to the ground at the 5. Looks like they'll give him possession, forward progress rather, out of around the 8 or 9 yard line. Good play. Zach Pelletier got in there and tried to wrestle. It's a big kid. There's Alarcon, tried to wrestle him to the ground, and it wasn't until Brandon Gregson came in with a big hit that they finally dropped this kid. But their forward progress is going to be out to the 9 yard line, where it is going to be third down now and 21.
Pelletier gets in on his second sack of the game. He's got 1.5.
And a block punt.
And a block punt. Definitely defensive player of the game so far, right?
I would say so. Here's the snap. And looking to throw over the middle and well overthrown. Intended receiver that time was Steven Sorden. And now Coconino will have to punt this thing away from deep in their own side of the field. They may even be in the end zone by the time he punts this thing away. And I think we heard from our truck that it was actually Gregson that made the initial contact and Pelletier that came in to clean it up.
Yeah, I think that is right. I think that was right because it was number 63 that was trying to skip to Mailou down there and pull him back toward the end zone. I think Gregson was trying to get another safety for the Mingus Marauders, who defensively have 3 this year.
Hammock into punt it away. He's standing about midway through his end zone. Garcia back at the 40-yard line of the Panthers. Here's a snap. Good snap, and Pelletier nearly got it again. Punt gets away. We'll take a Coconino bounce. Get away from the ball, young man, and they do. Coconino will down it at the 49-yard line. It might be the 48, depending on the spot. The Marauders have good field position. They scored a touchdown on their opening drive of the second half. They lead 16-3 with 6:26. That drive by the Coconino took less than a minute, or just over a minute, and the Marauders have the ball back on the Coconino side of the field, looking for another score to make it more than a 2-score game here, JB.
Well, that was more of the Coconino offense of yesteryear. Spread them 4 wide, throwing it downfield.
Marauders not fooled.
Well, no.
Got some pressure.
And as you know, when you get pressure, that ball's got to come out quicker than you intend. And quite honestly, defensively, Mingus is playing in the secondary quite well.
First down and 10 Marauders. Here's a snap, and Simmons rolling to his right. Simmons hitting the backfield and sacked for a huge loss of 12 yards.
Well, once again, that's number 9 coming around. That's Luke Ross.
Now they're going to give him 2 yards of that back on where he's first hit, I guess. And it's only going to be a loss of 10. And bring up second down and 20 for the Marauders back on their own side of the field at their own 42.
Well, Simmons did a great job of turning away from the first pressure, but he seems to be kind of turning in circles back there.
There's too many Panthers in the backfield on every snap. Here's a snap and handoff left side. and it's Hanks caught in the backfield for a loss of 2 back to the 40. 3rd down and 22 as Calvin Hammock, the punter, offensive tackle, offensive guard actually, and defensive lineman comes up with a big hit and another loss on the play for Mingus. Well, first drive of the second half looked good. Now it's 3rd and long. Remember in the first half we saw Mingus convert a 3rd and 30, so it's not quite that long. 3rd and 22 now.
Right, however, Coconino's already seen that once. May make a difference.
Well, maybe. Brewer's the kind of guy that doesn't matter if you've seen it. If you throw it up and he can get to it, he'll most likely come down with it. Throw over the middle, and they throw to Brewer, and it's over his head and behind him a little bit and tipped by the Panthers, and that'll stop the clock, and the Marauders now face 4th down and 22, and they're going to look to punt it away. Well, the Panthers figured something out there. After the opening drive of the half, the Marauders marched right down the field. This one, they marched backwards.
Well, they had Brewer kind of sitting in that zone offense, or zone defense, rather. He had him wide open, just overthrew him and threw it behind him.
Simmons in to punt it away for only the 2nd time tonight for the Marauders, and it's blocked! And you better hurry and get on it. Simmons will dive on it, and Coconino, well, no, he won't dive on it. And now the big kid picks it up, and he's tackled at the 5. Wow. Coconino's got a 1st down and goal at the Mingus 5-yard line. That was the big kid, Jared Crawl, that came up with the loose ball. 6'6", 275, started the rumble, bumble, stumble towards the end zone, and a touchdown saving tackle by the Mingus Marauders. I said it during the drive that time. There's too many Panthers in the backfield on every snap. That one got to the punter and blocked that one for a big loss all the way to the Marauder 5-yard line.
I want to say it was Kelvin Hamrock that got it through, number 60.
1st down and goal. Quarterback Alarcon sets up under center this time. Panthers have it, 1st and goal from the 5, and he bobbles the snap, is able to come up with it, and the Marauders smother him at about the 4. A gain of 1, and it's 2nd and goal. Clock running, 4:40 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 16-3, the Marauders leading by 13 points. That missed extra point, we hope, doesn't come into play in this one, Jackie.
No. I certainly hear you on that one. Well, Coconino, unfortunately, getting the momentum all of a sudden.
Second down and goal, and a handoff going to the left side, and not much room to run that way either as the Marauders bottle up the ball carrier. It looks to be number 22, was it, that carried? I hadn't seen him run the ball down. It is Christian Dalton. He hasn't run the ball much tonight.
He's run the ball 5 times. He's got 10 yards. He's accustomed to averaging, 98 yards a game.
Right, yeah. This is a team that had 1,200 rushing yards coming into tonight to only 143 or 8 or something throwing.
Right.
And the Marauders have forced them into a throwing team here tonight. However, now it's 3rd and goal from the 4. Handoff coming to the left-hand side at Dalton. Dalton trying to cut it back in the middle, and he's going to be short. Down to about the 1 where he's tackled there. It's going to be 4th and goal. Wow, what a big play this would be for the Marauders if they're able to come up with a stop inside the 5. Quarterback runs over to the sideline to get the play, and he runs back out onto the field with number 2, Torrin Palmer, to run the 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. 3:10 left to go, 3rd quarter, 16-3, the Marauders with the lead.
Well, this is absolutely huge. Watch for the quarterback sneak here.
Yep, the quarterback at 6'1", 205. Takes it, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. Well, Coconino scores their first touchdown of the game, and if the extra point is good, they will be within a touchdown of taking the lead, and another touchdown on an extra point could give them the lead. 2:54 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Marauders have a blocked punt, gives the Panthers 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. They're able to knock it in on 4 run plays, and now are an extra point away from being back within a touchdown. Sorted in to attempt the extra point. Now a flag. Why not? It wouldn't be this game without one. Offsides on the defense. Well, it doesn't make any sense to go for 2.
No, it doesn't give them any advantage at this point.
And they'll move the tee up a yard. The holder is number 1, Broadston, who is also a free safety and a backup quarterback. And Sordin eyes it up, gives it the old painter finger, getting it set there. And where is this? Low snap, bobbled. Kick is up, however, and it looks like it's right down the middle and is good. So a touchdown, the conversion after the blocked punt. And just like that, what was a 13-point lead is now shaved to 6 with 2:54 left to go in the third quarter. Mingus getting a kickoff when we come back after this.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Back at Coconino High School, Panthers scored a touchdown to tighten this one up, 16-10. Now, the last 2 times we've seen the Panthers kick off, they have kicked it to the up men. They've kept it away from Herndon and Kitchen. Let's see what they do here. Kickoff man Spencer McMahon in to kick it away. And he kicks it short, and this one may go out of bounds, and does. So the Marauders will get good field position out around the 35, 40-yard line, and they'll have good field position to start this drive. Their last drive went backwards and ended up being in a block punt, which ended up costing them points. Mingus needs to get this ball rolling once again here at the offense. See if they go, see if they try to get things mixed up a little bit here, Jackie. See if they get a no huddle going, try to get these Panthers without a chance to substitute, get them wondering what's going on. See what happens.
Well, obviously, Coconino made some adjustments after Mingus' last drive. Mingus, first drive of the second half, did score and has a 6-point lead. Something I want to throw out there that we said in the pregame show is Coconino is 2-1 in games decided by 7 points or less.
From the 35-yard line, first down and 10. Mingus, handoff coming to the left-hand side to Herndon, looking for a block. He got hammered at about the 36. Well, he didn't get his block. Instead, he got smashed for a gain of 1. Second down and 9 now for the Marauders. Running that wing T sweep to the short side. To see them do something like that and reverse it and go back the other way. See if they can catch these Panthers over pursuing.
Absolutely. This is an aggressive defense, no doubt. And you can see right now, Coconino, or maybe you can even hear, Coconino is pumped up.
Oh, they've built momentum. There's no doubt about it. Their fans can feel it. Second down and 9 now. Here's a snap. Simmons will keep it himself. Simmons trying to get outside. He does towards the Marauder sideline. He's got a few yards, lowers his head, and a good carry out across the 40 to around the 43-yard line, where the Marauders will have it third down and about 2.
2 to 3.
Good carry that time by Simmons.
And great finish.
Yeah.
Great finish. Lowering the shoulder when he knew he just wasn't going to get any further outside.
And it's about 2.5 yards, spotted between the 42 and 43-yard line. On the right hash mark over on the Marauder side of the field, Mingus is going from right to left across your radio dial, and it's third down. Here's a snap. And they give it to Herndon. He's got a first down, lowers his head, and just got what he needed and got down. Didn't try to do too much, held on to the ball. First down, Mingus out to around the 47-yard line, and this looks like the opening drive, just picking up yards on the ground.
Not only that, but that looks like Mingus Marauder football right there. Coming around the corner, Herndon not worried about getting 150 yards off this run, just worried about getting 5, and makes a punishing blow. Picks up the first down, and leaves a bruise in the process.
Interestingly enough, the Marauders seem to gain more yards on the side opposite of where Wellborn is. I don't understand. Here's a snap. Simmons looking to throw. Throws it down the left side, well over the head of Tyler Herndon. Not a good pass that time. Second down and 10. 1 minute and 8 seconds, 68 seconds left in the third quarter. It's second and 10 for the Marauders from their own 47-yard line, leading 16-10.
Well, the bad thing is that was an incomplete pass. The good thing was that time Simmons had time to throw the ball.
And it was an incomplete pass because there were 2 defensive backs over in that area. And when you throw it over the head of your receiver, you got to worry about that.
No kidding.
Second down and 10. Simmons gets a snap and hands to Herndon, who's wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of 3.
Supposed to step inside of that one. However, the defensive end stayed right home and moved in, closed in on Herndon.
Now it's 3rd down and long, 3rd and 13 for the Marauders. Down to 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Mingus leading by only 6 points. You never want to be up by 6. Well, I guess you don't ever not want to be up by 6. You're winning.
Right.
But that's too close to call. It's one play away from being behind. Here comes a big 3rd down play for the Marauders. Simmons about 50% throwing the ball here in this game. He could use a big one here. 3 receivers go out on the right-hand side. Simmons looking to throw across the middle. He's got a man. Catch made. Brewer again. How huge has Alex Brewer been tonight? He makes the reception on 3rd and 30. He makes the reception on 3rd and 13 for a big 1st down all the way down to the Coconino 37-yard line. Alex Brewer has come up with some big receptions for the Marauders here tonight.
Man, you know it's coming. You know it's coming, and you still can't stop it.
That might get us to the end of the 3rd quarter. I'm not sure the Marauders have to snap it again. Looks like they're going to. Clock down to 9 seconds. 1st down and 10. Here's the play, and it's a run to the left-hand side. Herndon will have a couple of yards. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was Hanks that time. And he'll bring it to the 35-yard line, which will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. And it's time for the 4:48. When we come back, Mingus will have it 2nd down and 8 from the Coconino 35. We'll be back for the 4th quarter coming up right after this.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Arizona. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you will be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Arizona Interscholastic Association and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Coconino High School to start the 4th quarter of play. 16-10. Mingus with the lead and the ball. 2nd down and 8 from the Coco 35. Simmons takes a snap. Handoff going to the right side. Looks like Hanks, and he's going to have a few yards, and that's about it. Gang tackled by 3 or 4 defenders after a gain of about 2 to the 33-yard line. The Marauders are going to need to get some yardage here. It's 3rd down and looks like about 6 for Mingus.
Once again, Simmons got punished for faking having the ball, and this time he did let go of it, and I think that was the wiser choice. Simmons was pretty much getting hit as he was handing the ball off.
Marauders head back to the line of scrimmage. You got Rios at a wing on the right, and they're going to split wide on the right-hand side. I'm not sure who that is, number 86. I don't have a name for that number. Here's a snap, and they're giving it to Herndon coming right. Got a block from 86 to the 30. He's got a 1st down inside the 25. He'll be tackled at the 23-yard line, and whoever 86 is did a nice job of sealing off that corner to get Herndon the extra yards. Nice play by the Mingus Marauders on 3rd down and medium, and they pick up a 1st down to the 23.
1st and 10, Marauders at the Panther 23.
Mingus in the huddle. Oh, Sugar Shane Tremble, number 86, comes in to make the block to seal off the corner for the Marauders. Nice job, Shane. Awaiting the snap, there it is, and a handoff to Hanks, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of 2. Nothing doing there. Again, the Panthers getting through the Marauder offensive line and making plays in the backfield.
Well, not sure you don't want some penetration. You do want some over pursuit there, but you can't have 3 gaps where the pursuit is coming through.
Down to 10:45 left in the game. The Marauders leading by 6. They're on the move. However, it's second down and 14 now. Tremble splits wide to the right-hand side. Now a man in motion from left to right. And look at the throw. Simmons over the middle. He's got a man. Catch is made. And falling down, it's Moronis with the grab near first down yardage, depending on the spot. I think he has it. And they're going to move the sticks. Well, maybe not. They're stopping the clock, and they're going to bring out the chains.
Well, that was a great pass. Moronis caught the ball pretty much off the shoulder pad of the defensive player.
Nope, not bringing out the chains. That's a first down. First and 10, Mingus at the 13-yard line. A nice catch that time by Moronis, coming up with a good grab. Jesse Moronis, 5'10", 175-pound senior. Nice catch over the middle, took a shot. Here's a handoff coming to the right side to Herndon. Stiff arms a man to the 10, still looking to go. If the tuba gets out of the way, we'll tell you what happens. He's down at about the 6-yard line.
If the tuba gets out of the way. By the way, that pass to Moronis was a good call by the guys up in the box, obviously seeing that was going to be open against the Coconino Panthers.
Second down and 4 here for Mingus. 9:35 and counting on the board. Mingus can get a first down without scoring here. They're at the 6-yard line. Handoff coming to the right side to Herndon. Herndon's inside the 5 and down around the 4-yard line, which will be close to a first down. Well, it's going to be just shy. He needs to get to the 4. It looks like he's between the 5 and the 4, so it's going to be third down and about 1 here for Mingus. And this is going to be, if they don't get a first down here, Jackie, they got to kick the field goal to get up by more than a touchdown.
Well, definitely a thought process, although Mingus
just score a touchdown. We don't have to worry about it, right?
Well, you see, that's it. Get the first down and then chew some clock up getting into the end zone. That works too, you know.
Waiting the snap. Simmons will hand off to it is Hanks on the left side. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Dakota Hanks takes it to the house from 4 yards out, and the Marauders extend the lead. 22-10. Mingus with the lead by 12, and they'll look to go for 2 here. That makes sense to get up by 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points with 8:52 left to go here in the ball game. They've got the Panthers on their heels here.
Well, that was a great job just being elusive and evasive. Hanks slithering his way through traffic into the end zone.
Well, Hanks gets into the end zone again. He's familiar with that territory. He's been there a lot this season. And Mingus looking to go for 2. Here's a snap. Fake the handoff. Simmons on the left side, and he's going to be sacked.
Ooh, he had his man open, too.
He didn't throw the ball.
Oh, my. He had his man open in the corner. Did not see him and did not release it. And Luke,
he's getting up a little shaky.
Yeah, he felt that hit.
Coach Young is out there giving him, I think that's Coach Young out there giving him the business. You got to throw the ball. You had your man open. And the Marauders fail to convert the 2-point conversion. However, the touchdown gives them a 12-point lead, so they're up by more than 1 score, and that's big for Mingus.
He just did not see him open in the corner, probably because of the big black jersey running at him. Couldn't see around him.
Well, that's true. Sometimes when you're under pressure, you don't think so clearly. And the Marauders will look to kick off here. JJ is going to kick it off. Jacobo, the Marauder kickoff man. The extra points and field goals are done by Gilbert Cadero. 2 men back deep to receive here for Coconino. The returners are Torrin Palmer and Travis Walters. Here's the kick. High kick. That will be taken at the 9-yard line. Bring it to the left-hand sideline, and Marauders gather him up and knock him out of bounds. That's the little guy, Torrin Palmer, 5'7", 130, and he's got to return out to the 29, it looks like, where they're going to mark him. First down and 10 Panthers. They got to score twice. 8:48 left to go in this ball game. Mingus leads by 12, 22-10.
A long fella. I got to love him, especially on special teams. Gets a running start, goes all the way downfield, nails Travis Walters, number 10, knocks him back about 5 or 6 yards, reestablishes his feet, and then dives at the runner and catches him around the ankles.
Got to keep pursuing. So that man's on the ground. See if the Marauders can get some pressure here on Alcon. Here's a snap, and they'll hand off right up the middle, and good play there by the defense. I think that's your man again. It is. Longfellow chops him down at the knees, gain of 2, and Mingus will give you 2 up the middle, and then let that clock run all day at this point. 8:35 left to go, and a 2-score advantage by the Marauders. It's a 2-touchdown advantage. A touchdown and a field goal won't do it.
Well, they're back in the hurry up that gave them a drive earlier.
See, the Marauders can get some pressure. That's key. Only 5 down linemen. You got to get in there. Awaiting the snap. Alarcon still shouting out signals. Oh, nearly loses the ball. Now he's under pressure, but he'll roll and get into the open space. Pump fake and trying to run down the right sideline. They'll have a first down and knocked out of bounds on the Marauder sideline at about the 41-yard line. Looked like there was a block in the back on the Marauders that time, but no yellow on the field except for the stripes for the soccer.
No, 11 yards on the scamper. Good punt, or a little pump fake out there, holding the linebacker to his position. However, yeah, I think they missed a call there.
1st and 10 from the Coco 41. Here's the snap. Alarcon looking to throw to the left side. Now he's going to tuck the run again. Still looking to pump fake. Look at the throw. He's got a man wide open at midfield. He'll make the catch, and now he's going to be tackled. But it's a first down to the Marauder 41-yard line. Number 10 got out in the open all by himself. Travis Walters made the reception, turned it upfield, and picked up another 9 yards after the reception.
Broken play. 3 Mingus Marauder defenders out there. All 3 of them started to attack the running quarterback, and nobody stayed with the receiver.
This quarterback's tough. He's only a sophomore.
Oh, yeah.
1st down and 10 from the Marauder 41. Alarcon looking to throw again to the right side. He's got a man wide open. Marauders catch up quickly as he waits for the ball to get there. Sordin with the reception. Mingus with the tackle after a gain of about 6 on the play, and they'll mark it at the Marauder 35-yard line. Clock continuing to run here. 7:35 and counting as the Panthers are in the hurry up. They don't huddle. They run up to the line of scrimmage, and Alarcon calls the play out from the shotgun. 1 man to his right side, 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Awaiting the snap. There it is. Alarcon, no pressure, throws left, and it's incomplete. That'll stop the clock. Give them a chance to figure out their next play. 3rd down and 4 with 7:16 left to go here in this 4th quarter of play. 22-10, Mingus leads.
Interesting enough, 10 points scored by the Coconino Panthers. They still don't have 100 yards from the line of scrimmage, and we are in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, let's hope they don't get any more points. 3rd down and 4. Alarcon in the shotgun, takes a snap. Here comes the pressure up the middle from Longfellow, and he'll evade it and run to the right side where he's got a huge lane down the right sideline and stepping out of bounds around the 20. And like a marker around the 23-yard line. It looks like another first down and stopping the clock. 7:12 left to go. This kid is not too bad, JB. 6'1", 205-pound sophomore quarterback Damian Alarcon has done it with his arm tonight and with his legs.
Well, in fact, he has become their leading rusher of the game here in the 4th quarter.
Alarcon in the gun once again. Looking left, throwing left, has a man open, hit immediately, but a gain on the play. Now we've got a wrestling match going on over there, and now a flag comes in after the play. That flag was just thrown way after the play. Holding on Mingus? Is that holding? He called holding?
No, he couldn't have called holding. Why would you hold back there?
It looks like he called a personal foul.
Yeah, it has to be a personal foul.
He said hold, but he must have been hitting his wrist and call a personal foul on Mingus. That's going to move the ball inside the 10, where it's going to be 1st and goal. Coconino, on the clock stopped again. 7 minutes. Panthers have moved it right down the field in the no-huddle shotgun offense.
8th penalty against Mingus here tonight. And if that is a personal foul from, where are they marking it from? They're standing at the, the referees are standing there at with the ball at the 18.
Well, now what are they doing? Moving it back? He may have pointed the wrong way. We hope. The flag is at the 28-yard line.
They're going to mark it off from there? That was a holding.
That's a holding call.
Holding the call.
What? Holding the ball carrier or what?
That moves the ball forward 10 yards.
They move the ball inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure I understand that call.
I don't at all. First down and 10 from the Marauder 14. Alarcon waiting the snap. Drops back, looks left, pump fake, now he's pressured, and now he's going to run. He's got a wide open lane again to the right side, and he's going to dive to the end zone. Touchdown! Mingus is just getting hammered defensively here. And now they lead by 6.
Well, Mingus still has the lead. But it has definitely been cut. And we're starting to have a little trouble with that quarterback scamper. These have been literally almost all of them broken plays.
I'll tell you what, Mingus needs to move the ball on offense. Still 6:51 left to go. Apparently unable to stop this kid from the gun with the defense. Extra point attempt, snap good, hold good, kick up, and the kick is good. 22-17, 6:51 left to go. The Marauders on top, but only by 5. We'll be back to Coco for the kickoff after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Back at Coconino High School, Marauders unable to stop the Panthers on that drive. They march it right down the field on a couple of good quarterback keepers after he tried to throw the ball and then just reversed and went to the other side of the field. And Mingus barely holding on to a 5-point lead here with 6:51 left to go. A lot of time left in this ball game. Marauders are going to have to get this ball, sustain a drive, and hopefully score.
Yeah, absolutely. Scoring here will certainly make it a two-possession game here for Coconino.
Here's the kick, and it's going to be to Kitchen at the 10. Kitchen to the 15 to the 20, and he's caught there, stays on his feet, and he'll dive forward to about the 24-yard line. First down and 10, Mingus with the football here late in the ball game. This is the time when you really have to just check yourself in the mirror and make sure you can beat your man. Got to be able to move the ball, try to eat up the clock, and punch it in, and get yourself up by more than one possession.
Well, this is a game of momentum, and right now Coconino thinks they have it.
They've had it in the second half.
They have had it in the second half, but Mingus can certainly take it back here. A full field drive here by the Mingus Marauders could prove to be fatal to the Coconino Panthers.
I'm not sure I want to see the Panthers with the ball again by down less than a touchdown. And first down and 10, Simmons in the gun, takes a snap and hands off to, looks like it's Hanks. I don't know, nope, Hanks is making a block. That might be Rios. It came from a wing position, and looks like it is Rios that has a carry, but not for much. Only to the 25-yard line, a gain of 1. Bringing up second down and 9. And the Marauders happy to see that clock run, but it's not going to be enough to pick up a yard at a time and run the clock. Coconino's got 3 timeouts.
Second down, 9 yards.
And if they're going to be throwing the ball downfield, obviously they can use less clock trying to move the ball.
Got to catch it if you throw. Oh, 2 men in motion at the same time, and Mingus.
We have flags on the play.
It's almost like a self-destruct button, JB.
I know. I hate that button. I keep checking to see if I'm leaning on it somewhere.
It's going to make it second down and 14 now for the Marauders. Clock stops at 6:07. Mingus defense ought to be talking things over there on the sideline.
Well, the question is Mingus was going with a 5-front defense, and whether or not maybe they want to go back to a 3-5 to try to help contain.
They declined it.
Yeah.
They declined the penalty. It's going to be third down and 9. 3rd and 9 instead of 2nd and 14 here. And that's another one if they don't get it. Oh no, now it's 3rd and 11. And Simmons in trouble on the right side, throws, he's got a man, the catch is made, a great play by Mingus. And it's Brewer once again. How many times is he going to come up with a big play for Mingus? Alex Brewer is killing the Panthers here tonight with a big reception out to the 42-yard line and a first down for the Marauders. Wow, Alex Brewer with another sensational play.
He has been absolutely crucial. They have called his number every time they have needed something. That is his 5th reception on the game, 85 yards, but big 3rd down conversion.
He had a man on his back when he caught that ball. 1st and 10 Marauders. Look to hand it off the middle to Hanks. Hanks will get a couple more, 2 yards, out to the 45. And more importantly, get that clock running. Mingus not looking to throw on early downs. They'd rather run the ball, run the clock, and win the game here. 5:38 left to go in the ball game. 22-17. Mingus with the lead. 2nd down and 8 from the 45.
Hanks and Herndon both having good games. Herndon has 14 carries, 78 yards in the game. Hanks has added 16 carries, 85 yards.
Got a chance for them both to be over a century. We'd like to see that. 2nd down and 8. Here's a snap, bobble, picked up now, given to Herndon. Herndon coming to the right-hand side, and they'll just lower a shoulder and take it right to the defense, knocked out of bounds. Not sure that's what Mingus is looking for. Instead of lowering your shoulder and running out of bounds, how about just diving into the guy's knee, staying in bounds, and keeping that clock running? It stops at 5:11.
And it puts us a couple of yards short for that first down. He'll pick up 6, but another 3rd down conversion necessary for the Marauders.
3rd and 2 from across midfield, just shy or just across the 49-yard line, between the 49 and the 50. Here come the Marauders. Hanks in the backfield, awaiting the snap. Simmons. Oh, they might have had the defense jump. They'll give it to Herndon. We got flags flying. And when they stop the play, it's not good for the offense. Oh, now he's going to say it's on the defense, and it's going to be an encroachment by the defense. That'll give the Marauders an automatic first down. That's big. It's the 2nd time we've seen that tonight.
Yep, and that might have had something to do with the Simmons' play count. Sometimes you go later in your count when you've got that aggressive defense.
Well, they went on hike, and it was hike. Right. First down and 10 here for the Marauders from inside the 45-yard line, and the clock stops, so the Marauders taking a little time here, figuring out the play, and now they hustle back up to the line of scrimmage. Hanks in the backfield next to Simmons on his left side. Got a wing on the right, it's Herndon, and they're going to give it to Herndon, going left. Herndon now lowers his head and dives to the 40-yard line, a gain of nearly 5, and that's a good play on first down. You pick up 5 yards and get that clock running. Now you have 2nd and manageable. You can open up the book a little bit here.
Certainly so, and in the 2nd half, Simmons is 3 for 4 in the 2nd half. Not too bad, 46 yards in the air.
Man, that's all Brewer.
Yeah.
Marauders taking their time now with the clock running. Go back in the huddle, talk things over, let that thing tick down. It's down to 4:35 as they head to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 5. Man behind Simmons this time appears to be Hanks. Awaiting the snap from the gun. Here's a snap, and they'll hand off up the middle. No, it's going to be a keeper. Simmons to the outside. He's got a first down, still on the loose. Ooh, Simmons chopped down at his knees and tackled from behind. He's all right. Bounces back up with a first down to the 26 or 7. 20. Yeah, right between them. Right between the 26 and 27-yard line. 1st and 10, Mingus. Clock stopped momentarily. Now they'll start winding it again as the 6 are set, and Marauders not in any hurry to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Zach, that's the 73.5-yard line.
The 73.5.
Simmons did a great job of reading that tackle on that time, and quarterback keeper to the right-hand side did a great job cutting it back.
1st down and 10. Simmons from the gun takes a snap, and they're going to sweep to the right-hand side. Oh, blockers out front, and Rios will have a good carry and another first down, all the way down to the 15-yard line. Well, that time they went with a sweep, but they brought Rios around from the left side instead of giving it to Herndon, and another big play for Mingus, a gain of about 12 or 13 yards all the way down to the 16.
Oh, I actually love to see that, see how many Mingus Marauders were on the move there.
3:45 left to go in the ball game. The Marauders on top, 22-17. Coconino calls timeout. We'll be back after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club Card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club Card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Back at Coconino High School, first down and 10. Mingus from the Coco 16-yard line, 22-17. Marauders in the lead with 3:45 left. Handoff going to the left-hand side to Herndon. He'll break through the line and then be spun around and down to the ground inside the 15. He's down around the 13-yard line, a gain of 3. And we've got word from the Marauder coaches up in the box that Luke Simmons has actually audibled at the line of scrimmage twice, and both of them have turned out to be big plays for the Marauders.
Well, that's the general getting into the war plan right there. I love to see that, especially from your senior leadership on the field. Nothing will install confidence in this offense like your general being able to make those calls, and they work out.
Second down and 7. Mingus handoff to Hanks this time. He's got a good gain. Hanks is going to continue to chug forward. Short of a first down. Inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, which will bring up third down and 3. But the clock under 3 minutes. So far, the Marauders have done exactly what they need to do. There's a couple of parts to what they needed to do. First one was chew up some clock. And that's what they've done. Second one is move the ball down the field, which kind of coincides with burning up the clock. Now they need to score. Down at they're at the 8-yard line. They need to get to the 6. Third down and 2 here for Mingus.
Now, remember, Cadera already has a field goal in this game.
That one makes me nervous. Third down play. Simmons takes a snap. Coming to the right-hand side. Cutting back inside. It's going to be a first down. Rios to the 5-yard line, and that should be enough for another Marauder first down. Good second effort that time to make sure he picked up the first, and Mingus will have it. First and goal from the 5-yard line.
Well, great job cutting it back, and a good fight in there, and hitting the ground really hard out there for the Coconino Panthers is Jared Kroll.
Good. They finally got to the big guy.
Yeah, he came up limping a little bit. Looks like Mingus did a good job just hitting the ground and staying low on their offensive blocks, and Rios did the legwork getting around the corner.
We haven't seen Rios run the ball all game until this drive, and he's got 3 carries, and they've been big ones for Mingus. First down and goal from the 5-yard line. Simmons in the gun, takes a snap, handoff to the right side, into the end zone, touchdown! Dakota Hanks back to the house, and the Marauders extend the lead with 1:46 left to go. That is a big touchdown by the Marauders, and another audible at the line of scrimmage that time from Luke Simmons. He's reading the defense, changing the play. That one goes for 6, and the Marauders extend the lead to 11 with 1:46 left to go, and it's just about over here for the Panthers on homecoming.
Well, it was like Hanks had the flu. Nobody anywhere around to touch him.
Head coach Bob Young has got to be ecstatic on the sideline of his quarterback out there, getting up to the line of scrimmage saying, I don't know about that play, but this one's going to work. And the Marauders capitalize with a big touchdown, a long drive to eat up the clock. Here's the 2-point conversion going back to Hanks. He's not going to get in this time, but I'm not sure the Marauders care so much about that. They lead by 11, 28-17. Getting 2 there doesn't really do a whole lot. Right now, up by 11, they've got to score 2 touchdowns in 1:46, and the Mingus defense is going to be coming out looking to do some damage here.
Well, they're going to have to drive the ball again in the first half. They only had 58 yards of total offense. Here so far, with 1:46 left in the game, Coconino has only been able to muster 122 yards of offense.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Marauder defense get on top of Alarcon here. They've had a chance. He's looked to throw, and they've done a good job defensively in the secondary, not giving him anywhere anyone to throw to, but once he realizes that, he tucks and runs, and he picks up huge yardage. I like to see the guys that get into the backfield get on top of the quarterback.
Well, one of these times he's going to choose the wrong direction to actually scamper out of that pocket when it starts to collapse.
Jacobo in the kickoff once again for the Marauders. And let's see if they kick it. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a squib kick so they can get downfield and make a play. Taking it at the 6-yard line. And looking to bring it to the left-hand side. And laying down that left sideline. And Mingus will catch him. He steps out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark the ball carrier, Travis Walters, out of bounds. So 2 touchdowns needed here by the Coconino Panthers in 1 minute and 40 seconds. And right now they are 70 yards away from the end zone.
Well, pretty much for all practical purposes, they pretty much need to do 150 yards and get the ball back from Mingus. So,
right. Well, they'll go onside if they're able to score.
Well, certainly so.
Hey, Bob, Vera pancaked the guy, but then he
First down and 10. Here's the snap. And looking to throw. Alarcon trying to run again now, and he's caught from behind and down in the backfield. Big play by the Marauder D. And it looks like, is it Rios that came up
or is
again?
It Cadera?
It might be. No, I can't see if it's a 6 or an 8. Looks like it is 6. So that is, yeah. That's Cadera that comes up with a big play for the Marauders. And the second timeout called now by Coconino as they lose 4 yards on the play. 28-17 with 1:28 left to go. Coco calls timeout, and we'll be back right after this.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Back at Coconino High School, second down at 10, a throw out of the backfield, and now, fumble, and the Marauders have it! Mingus has it, all right, big play by the Marauders. It's Seneca that comes up with a fumble recovery. The man that caught it, Travis Walters, rolling around on the turf, holding his left knee. He got the reception, and then he coughed it up, and the Marauders got it. You know what, Jackie? He could have saved himself an injury and his team the ball if he would have caught it and just run out of bounds.
Absolutely.
Which is what I'm sure his coach wanted him to do. Instead, he cut it towards the middle. Pelletier knocked it away. Seneca comes up with it. The Marauders have it. First down and 10. And this player is rolling around on the ground and maybe a big injury here for Coconino. And it looks like it's his right knee. And that looks like they're trying to stretch him out. Maybe he's just got a cramp, which is what you hope it is. You never want to see anybody injured. But with this injury timeout, let's take a break. The Marauders have the ball back, and it's time to take a knee. Only one timeout here for the Coconino Panthers. Mingus will come out with the victory formation. We'll be back to watch it after this.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Coconino High School, a big play by the Mingus Marauder defense. They take the ball away on a fumble, and now they've got it first down and 10 at the Coconino 33-yard line, and Mingus will line up to take a knee and run out the clock here and come away with a big victory over the Panthers. Clock will run. It's at 1:15 and counting. 28-17 is our score, fans. This Mingus Marauder team, winners of 5 in a row, will be at home next week at the Cave at Mingus High School. We expect to see you there. Mingus starting to roll here this season after narrowly losing their first game of the season to the still undefeated and reigning state champion Lakeside Blue Ridge Yellow Jacket team. Jackie, hey, I finally got that right here after 6 weeks. And Mingus is going to win this ball game after taking a knee this time. And this was a tough game. This is a fun game to watch. And unfortunately for Coconino, both of their return men are sitting on the golf cart with injuries.
Yeah, that would be number 2, Torrin Palmer, and number 10, Travis Walters, who had 4 catches in this game.
And was the player that fumbled on that last catch where, like I said, if he would have caught it and just kept running to the sideline, he'd have been out of bounds, would have stopped the clock, would have had a first down, wouldn't be injured. He tried to make a play and didn't work out well. And that's it. The Marauders take a knee, and that's going to end the game. Mingus with a victory here on the road in Flagstaff, 28-17. What a fun game. And the Marauders get revenge. The payback game over the Coconino Panthers. That's it. Final second ticks away. 28-17 is our final. The Marauders win. The Marauders win. 5-1. We'll be back with the post-game show coming up after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Back at Coconino High School, a victory for the Marauders. 28-17 is our final. Mingus now winners of 5 in a row, and their defense came up big when they needed them to. Their offense came up big on that last drive, running out most of the clock before punching it in for a touchdown to give them a 2-possession lead. And Mingus has really done a nice job here in this game, and since that, even in the first game. But this season, Mingus has really put together an impressive streak, and we expect it to continue next week when Payson comes to Mingus, and we hope to see everybody there.
Well, I've got to let everybody know, especially the older Mingus Marauder fans that go back in the yesteryear time to the Grand Canyon region. This is not your daddy's Coconino Panther team. It is certainly not. They have improved. They have gotten a lot more numbers. They have gotten bigger, stronger. The program, just in general, has improved, and we got to make mention of this, that this is a Division III team. Coconino being a Division III team, a whole division above Mingus. So Mingus, the, smaller kid around the block, if you will, coming up and making the win up here today. Coconino falls to 4-2. Mingus goes to 5-1. And Mingus really does it in a patient manner. There were times where it looked like Mingus was starting to let this one slip away, and Mingus able to regain control. And I love it when Luke Simmons took control of the game on the final drive for the Mingus Marauders. 3 audibles. All 3 of them came up as big plays for the Mingus Marauders. And Jackie, this Flagstaff Coconino team had only given up 35 points all year. Marauders put up 28 tonight. Not bad at all for an offense, when you look at the game, at times really looked like they were sputtering, out of control, hitting the self-destruct button, but able to find a way to come back time and time again. Alex Brewer, how many huge third down conversion catches did he have? He had 5 catches. Yep, all 5 of them third down conversions.
Yeah, great game by Brewer, and some big ones. One was 3rd and 30. Yeah. And he caught that one.
Yeah.
Big game for Brewer, big game for Simmons, big game for Zach Pelletier, big game for the Mingus Marauders to come up here on the road against a team that beat them by 21 points last year and come back up here and get a victory. Head coach Bob Young has got the Marauders running well right now as they sit at 5-1 on the season. The only loss by 3 points to Lakeside Blue Ridge, which has averaged a victory besides the Marauders of about 50 points a game.
No kidding. Mingus Marauders definitely looking for big things from here as they're home next week against the Payson Longhorns, who have not impressed many. So Mingus will come back and face now a Division IV foe who is a potential playoff contender, the Payson Longhorns, and come back home for that one. Then we got 2 more on the road before we're home back again to finish the season against the Camp Verde Cowboys. However, here tonight, as the game rolled along, Mingus took control of the game very quickly and did so with their defense.
Never trailed.
Nope, never trailed in this game, which is fantastic. Coconino thought many times they were going to get close and get back into it. Mingus denied. Just absolutely refused them access to the lead. Mingus scored first, but it really started defensively with the blocked punt and put the Mingus Marauders within the red zone to start the ball. And what's this FG stand for? Field goal. How about that?
Got the scoring started with a 3.
Yes, started with the 3. First field goal for the Mingus Marauders. Cadera gets it through the uprights in the first quarter with 8:54 left to go. Mingus does a good job blocking on the line. It's a little low, but it clears the bar and good for 3. And that would be an important 3 because for a good part of the game, it became that the force for a second score leading or allowing the Mingus Marauders to have a 2-score lead in the game. Mingus would score again, still first quarter, 4:18 left to go. First touchdown of the game, Simmons, his only throwing touchdown of the game as he finds Brewer right there across the middle on the slant. Perfect timing, perfect play. Love the way that one is connected. The safety nowhere in sight. Mingus got the extra point from Cadera and led 10-0 at that point. Second quarter action, 52 seconds left to go, and Coconino hits their 3rd field goal of the season. For high school football, that's not bad. 5 games into the season, this one, a 32-yard field goal boot by Sorden, and he's got plenty of leg in this one. All of his extra points were powerful as well. Here we were at halftime. 10-3 sounded more like a Mingus Marauder baseball score than a football score, and that was, where we were at halftime with the Sears halftime report.
Yeah, remember the beginning of the season, it was a lot of safeties?
Yes.
These last 2 games, it's a lot of field goals.
Right.
We're trying to get the score up a little.
Right, exactly. So, well, still, Mingus, 3 safeties, 5 games into the season.
Yeah.
Well, 6 games into the season.
And a field goal now.
Yeah, and a field goal. Love it. Mingus picks up the ball and gets it first in the second half and makes it count as they will go to Herndon on an inside run, 14 yards for the touchdown. This is third quarter action, 7.5 minutes left to go, and Herndon finds pay dirt out of Shore Will. Little shove there at the end by Jordan Wellborn. I said, get in here. And the touchdown is good. That would be Herndon's only rushing touchdown of the game. The extra point was no good. A line drive to the, a little far left. There we go. 16-3 the score at that point. Mingus had a 2-score lead, sitting comfortable, but 13 points. We would wonder if that extra point would loom large. Then the Coconino Panthers would not give up. 2:54 left to go. Still third quarter action, and a block punt of their own sets them up for a 1-yard quarterback plunge. The sophomore from Coconino going right behind a big guy, that center, and finds a little way to skimmy off to the right A-gap. Finds a little area to get into for the end zone.
6'6", 275 is a big guy.
He is definitely a big guy. I call him sir.
I wonder if he plays basketball.
Uh-oh.
That'd be a good kid to have in the middle, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
He's not fat. He's just a big, strong, athletic-looking kid.
Right. and somebody to protect the paint. One foot in the paint all the time.
Oh, yeah, you know that. Hey, you got the athletic director and Mingus basketball coach, Mark Owens, here tonight. You know, that's what he's thinking. Man, I hope I don't have to deal with that kid this year.
Right. He's kind of scouting before the season.
Right, yeah.
Okay, who are the athletes we're going to see? The extra point, by the way, by Sorden was good, and there we led 16-10, and that's how the third quarter would end here at Coconino High School. Mingus would score first in the fourth quarter, 8:52 left to go. A 4-yard touchdown run by Hanks. Once again, 3 audibles by Simmons on this drive, and this one, he just cuts it back. It's absolutely beautiful. He finds pay dirt, and his second touchdown of that would be his first touchdown of the game. The 2-point conversion failed, and it was 22-10. Still fourth quarter action. Coconino would not give up again. 6:51 left to go, and all of a sudden, quarterback from Coconino, this Panther becomes slithery.
Yeah.
He's in the pocket.
Strong runner.
I know, finds a way out of the pocket, and he's so big that he's actually hard to bring down. He pump fakes once, and then avoids the pressure, cuts back, finds a lane off to the right, and then literally beats the Mingus Marauder defense to the end zone, dives for it right there, and brings his team within one score. Once again, the extra point by Sorden was good, and it was a 5-point game, 22-17, but Mingus would score again to seal it, and then defensively seal it after that. This one, the 5-yard run off to the right this time by Hanks from that fullback position. And this is the drive where Simmons, as we are told, did 3 audibles and absolutely untouched into the end zone. The 2-point conversion by the Mingus Marauders failed again. 28-17 took, Mingus did a fantastic job, put 28 points on this Coco squad. As you may mention, only giving up 35 points on the season so far.
And then came away the takeaway of their defense on what was a desperation drive by Coconino and a play which injured another Panther. Both of the return men, 2 and 10, both went down with injuries and were both just taken off the field on the golf cart. So we hope those kids are able to return, because that's a big problem for Coconino. This is a team that's just been scraping by. Would you say they've got 3 games that they won within a touchdown, and then you start taking away 2 of your weapons, 2 of your fast guys? That could be a problem for these Coconino Panthers.
Well, no doubt. However, when you take a look at what they have left and who they have left on their schedule, one would certainly argue that Mingus was indeed the hardest game left on their schedule for 2012. Let's take a look at who they have left. Well, coming up after this, it's going to be Tuba City. And then Winslow, Flagstaff Coco, that could be a good one, and then Chino Valley. So, Coconino.
Not much happening.
Yeah, Coconino has definitely seen the hardest segment of their 2012 season. As they lose to Mingus, they fall 4-2, but very likely this team will be 8-2 at the end of the season and looking at postseason in Division III.
And unlike last week, I was impressed with their quarterback tonight. I thought he did a nice job. He's only a sophomore, good-sized kid, 6'1", 205 pounds. All right, fans, final score here tonight, 28-17. The Marauders win by 11. They're now 5-1 on the season. Next week at home against Payson. We'll be back with more of tonight's action after this.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
We're taking new patients every day.
Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Would you rather recycle like this or like this? Clean Recycling processes over 95% of the materials collected as opposed to under 20% with other processes. Just add a recycling container and your recycling materials end up recycled instead of in the landfill. Just one of the many reasons Taylor Waste has been voted #1 for the past 9 years in a row.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back at Coconino High School, 28-17, 45 points scored in this ball game. Not a whole lot of yardage. Both teams had kind of Mingus had short fields to work with throughout most of the first half, but a good game for the Marauder defense, to say the least.
Oh, certainly so. In fact, the offense, which was kind of stuttering a little bit in the first half, wasn't quite sure if they were going to start putting up some of their average numbers for the Mingus Marauders. They still end up pretty decent.
Right.
All right, Simmons for the night, 9 for 15, definitely doable, 115 yards, 1 touchdown throwing the ball. However, his vision, his general work on the field, absolutely crucial, especially in the last drive. We've got to salute the young man and senior quarterback for the Mingus Marauders. Hanks out here tonight, 18 carries, just missed the century mark, 95 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Herndon, by the way, 17 carries, 92 yards and a touchdown. He gave up 1 touchdown. Well, let's see, he only had 1 touchdown. Hanks had 2, but he had a better per carry yard average by 0.2.
Yeah, it's because he had 1 less carry.
Well, okay.
Which would have been a touchdown, a timeout in that category as well.
Right. Well, both of them had more carries. However, they came back on penalties. They both would have hit the century mark.
That last carry that Hanks had that he scored a touchdown on, that would have been 99 because he was past everybody, untouched into the end zone, and would have just outrun everybody.
Oh, without a doubt. Defensively here tonight.
He's only half a Bundy tonight, though.
We'll just call him Bun?
I don't know. We're going to have to start calling him his touchdown.
Yeah, no
because he's scoring a bunch of touchdowns. We're going to have to take a look at that as the season progresses as to where he stands on the single season touchdown category, because he's starting to make some noise and a big splash here for the Mingus Marauders offensively, scoring touchdowns.
Well, certainly so. In fact, coming into tonight's game, he had 42 points, so he had 7 touchdowns. He adds 12 more points to that, so he's got 54. We're talking kind of Chris Rice numbers is what we're talking about. So he's definitely getting toward that stat book and passing quite a few Mingus Marauders in the scoring category. Now, here tonight defensively, the Mingus Marauders really did a fantastic job. 130. That's an important number. That's the number of yards the Mingus Marauders gave up from the line of scrimmage here tonight. The Coconino Panthers, their quarterback only had 61 yards throwing the ball, 69 yards rushing the ball. Leading rusher ends up being the quarterback as well. 44 yards on 6 carries is what he ended up here tonight.
And a touchdown.
And a touchdown, yes. And a touchdown. No touchdowns throwing the ball. However, defensively, boy, this really turns around. Was there a major play that Pelletier was not involved in?
No, not that I can remember.
No, sitting at this point, I think we may have to look at film. I'm sure there was one. But here tonight, he had a blocked punt, which set up the first points for the Mingus Marauders here tonight. He caused the last fumble of the game, so he started and ended it. So defensively, he was kind of the alpha and omega for the Mingus Marauders defensively. Had 1.5 sacks with 16 yards lost on those 2 sacks here tonight. Other guys playing very well. Kitchen had the return for 32 yards that set up the first Mingus Marauder touchdown, so he's got a fumble recovery. Seneca had a fumble recovery and an interception, so 2 turnovers Seneca caused from the defensive back position. Gregson had a sack or a half a sack here tonight, and Kidera had a sack as well. So 3 sacks for the Mingus Marauders, or pardon me, 4 sacks for the Mingus Marauders here tonight, and they definitely take care of business up here in Flagstaff and tarnish the homecoming for the Panthers.
Marauders filled up the stat sheet, didn't they? Offensive stats, defensive stats. Brewer had a huge game catching the ball. Rios came up with some big runs there towards the end of the game. Mingus really filled up the stat sheet, including a field goal. Whoa. Yeah, 3 points you get for those.
We'll have to figure that one out. That is new. I'll find the 3 button on my computer here. Brewer had 5 catches here tonight, 85 yards, and I do believe we'd have to look at the game film, which you can do on Cable 1 Channel 2 or Suddenlink Channel 2 or online, on demand, VerdeValleyTV.com. VerdeValleyTV.com. 5 catches, 85 yards. I think every one of them was a third down conversion. No, not true. One was a touchdown.
Oh. Which might have been on third down anyhow.
Could have been.
Well, remember, we'll have to watch the tape and find out.
Right.
All right, big game for the Marauders here tonight. There's no doubt about that. 5-1 on the season with the Payson Longhorns coming to town next Friday night at Mingus. Payson, Jackie, last we heard, was leading against Sedona over in Sedona 10-0, I think, was the last update that we had.
That was the last update we had over the Scorpions in Sedona, and that was late the last time I had heard anything about it. Last heard, I also heard Blue Ridge was leading St. John's 45-0, and Bradshaw was still trailing Deer Valley 14-7. We're going to see if we can get an update on those, and we still have players of the game.
We do, players of the game. It's not just one. Vinny's going to fill that wall down there. We'll be back with our players of the game coming up after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
We're taking new patients every day.
Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Back at Coconino High School, final score 28-17. The Mingus Marauders improved to 5-1 on the season. Another payback game for the Marauders, another victory for Mingus. And fans, we come home next week, so come on out and check out the Marauders against the Payson Longhorns, who we do have an update on. They won their game tonight.
Yes, we do have an update. Over Sedona, 17-0. So they'll come into Marauder land after pitching a shutout.
Back-to-back trips to the Verde Valley.
Yes. Yep. Looking for the same result. Hopefully a deny.
I don't think so.
Last final that we heard, Blue Ridge beat St. John's 45-0. Another shutout there. And got to check on this one.
Deer Valley.
Heard that Deer Valley went on a tear in the second half over Bradshaw, 42-7.
Yeah, 28-0 run.
Wow, they were leading 14-7, I believe, at halftime. So we'll have to check on that one and see what we're doing. Payson comes next week, and it is also got a couple of specialty things going on. It is going to be youth football and cheer night at Mingus Union High School. And, of course, this is for the Mighty Mites minor and majors divisions. In case you don't know, Mingus actually has 6 youth football teams, part of High Desert Youth Football here in northern Arizona. And the cheerleaders, by the way, cheer camp for the Mingus Marauders, for the little ladies, will be underway next Monday through Thursday. You want to talk to Coach Stephanie, and you can reach her at 575-5401 and get your little one into cheer camp Monday through Thursday. It's $30. You get the t-shirt, and then at halftime, you get to be part of the dance routine for the Mingus Marauder cheer squad with the big girls. Which will be, yes, absolutely. Now, the youth football cheerleaders will have the opportunity on youth football night to be with the Mingus Marauder cheerleaders in the third and the fourth quarter. High Desert Youth Football will get you information on exactly what time. And not only that, if you wear your uniform, and you have a paying adult with you, you're going to get in free. So we're going to see Bears and Colts and Cardinals and Panther and Marauder and Lobo uniforms all over next week at Mingus Union High School.
Yeah, that doesn't mean adults with their Cardinals uniform bringing their mom to the game.
Oh, come. That's how I was going to get in. But anyways, we
don't have to jump the fence?
No, actually, I dug a hole off to the right. I'll show you exactly where.
No callus.
The youth football players, please wear your uniform, and all of the youths will have an opportunity to spend some time on the sideline with the Mingus Marauders. I will tell you this, though. Pay attention. Last year, I saw some of the Cardinals down there just kind of gabbing, not paying much attention, and Luke Simmons got driven out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, and Cardinals scattered everywhere. So pay attention if you're going to be on the sideline.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a dangerous place.
It could be. Taking a serious note, and obviously something else that is dangerous, next week's game, the Mingus Marauders are going to dedicate it to Dakota Nash. Played football for the Mingus Marauders as a freshman. Somewhere just after that, I don't know if it was his sophomore year, diagnosed with leukemia, and is definitely fighting this terrible disease. The Mingus Marauders are going to dedicate the Payson game next Friday, coming up, to Dakota Nash, and I'm sure there's going to be fundraisers and other festivities, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more information on that as well.
Yeah, so if you're able to, please be ready to make a donation to help the Nash family in their battle against leukemia.
Well, players of the game, shall we?
Players of the game, we've got two of them here tonight. Offensively, the Mingus Marauders got a huge game on third down every time from Alex Brewer. He just showed that you throw the ball up and we need a catch. I'm going to run and get it for you. And Alex Brewer came up with play after play for the Mingus Marauders, including a reception on 3rd and 30 to get the Marauders a first down. And offensively, Alex Brewer is our player of the game.
Oh, without a doubt, he is absolutely clutch. In fact, we're going to get him gear oil for Christmas. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get him gear oil. He is that clutch. Defensively, Pelletier was all over, and he caused the first score for the Mingus Marauders and turned around and took the ball away, or caused the last fumble for the Mingus Marauders.
He had sacks, he had blocked punts, he had fumbles forced, he had just about everything tonight. Pelletier played an awesome game.
We're going deep into the defensive stat categories for Pelletier. So you've got Alex Brewer and Zach Pelletier as your players of the game, and since we can only have one picture, we're going to go with Pella Brewer.
Bella Brewer. Sounds good. We'll have to talk with Jay from Sears, see if we can get that gear oil at Sears.
There we go.
Hey, that was kind of hard to say. Gear oil at Sears. All right, 28-17 is our final. Marauders 5-1 on the season. For Jackie Bessler, I'm Zach Calandry. We'd like to thank all of our camera people. We'd also like to thank our producers down in the truck behind us. Of course, our executive producer is Ryan Nichols, and also Nick Yatsenko. They've done a great job giving us updates throughout the night. And we'd like to thank you, the fans, for tuning in to another broadcast of Mingus Marauder Football right here. We'll talk to you next Friday night from Mingus High School back at home. Payson coming to town. Talk to you then.
All the way, bye, bye, bye.